she a model. She in the mirror like it's showtime, the Apollo. Catch up the phone, now I pull up in the Tahoe. Thought it's boring, I ain't calling unless she swallow. She don't listen, I ain't tripping, she don't follow. Got another way, he swerving on the potholes. Got another thought, he thinks she hit the lotto. She pop a perky, then she chase it with Moscato. This bitch is bad, she fucking all the drug dealers. I took his bitch and then I took his plug, nigga. Had her back and get into the bag, nigga. What's in your house, I'm rolling through your stash, nigga. On the grand flashing all that cash, nigga. Hard in my back and counting all these stacks, nigga. Gucci duffel Louis on my ass, nigga. Hennessy and TNT, we blast, nigga. Ferragamo on my chest, I'm looking right, baby. She wanna link, I'm only out here for the night, baby. In Puerto Rico, Casamigos with the Sprite, baby. She wanna fuck with the scammer, start to me nice, baby. She hit the bottle and the hoe just wobble wobble. Just started fucking for a fight, the cobble wobble. African swing, he spin, hit the throttle. She wanna fuck with the gangsters, start to me nice, baby. This hoe ain't sick, she fucking on the damn crew. Coming out of sock, she lost her damn shoe. Her friend and poppin', she ain't got no damn clue. Rollin' O's and weed and smoking bamboo. Smoking gelato when the Tahoe smell the fucking jar. She wanna ride with me cause we look like some movie stars. This body moving faster than a speeding car. Coming through the door with no panties on. Poppin' mollies and you know she took a Zanny bar. Talking about a Mazda is a family car. I hit her with a curve, then the coup de grace. Zillow games, I'm shaking up the dice, baby. She wanna stay with me so we can make the night, baby. She wanna be with me so I can lay the pipe, baby. I'm only out here for the night, baby. I'm only out here for the night, baby. Ferragamo on my chest, I'm looking right, baby. She wanna link, I'm only out here for the night, baby. In Puerto Rico, Casamigos with the Sprite, baby. She wanna fuck with the scammer, start to me nice, baby. She hit the bottle and the hoe just wobble wobble. Just started fucking for a fight, the cobble wobble. African swing, he spin, hit the throttle. She wanna fuck with the gangsters, start to me nice, baby.
Welcome to the Check-in Report. I am your humble yet gracious host. I am in the building. I am true and living. I'm not your homie. I'm the one and only Macaroni. Welcome to the show, y'all. I see Sinclair's in the building. Sinclair says like, support, subscribe to the channel. Salute to Sinclair. Today's topic, Trump speaks to the fraternal, what is it? The fraternal organization of police. He talked to the police officers today. Actually, this was from yesterday. But there's a question I want to ask anybody that walks in here. Do you support qualified immunity? Trump is he wants to give police officers qualified immunity. Do you support qualified immunity? Let me just read qualified immunity. It protects state and local officials, including law enforcement officers, from individual liability unless the official violated a clearly established constitutional right. That's what qualified immunity is. That's what Donald Trump wants to give officers around this nation. He wants to give them qualified immunity. Do you support qualified immunity? That's the topic today. Fire! 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 You know, in the country that we live in. Oh, I see Fredro's in the building. What's up, Fredro? Fredro's in the building. What's up, man? But I want to know, do you guys support qualified immunity? Do you think that the police officers in our United States of America, do they have too much power? Do they have too much free reins? We've seen officers violate people's rights, take advantage of the uninitiated, and get away with a slap on the wrist. Get away, and just resign from the job. Resign from the job, but still get their pension. We've seen officers that have terrible records. The officer that killed Sonia Massey, terrible person, terrible record. But do you believe that officers should have more power, more free reins? Trump wants to give officers qualified immunity. Let me read it one more time. Qualified immunity protects state and local officials, including law enforcement officers, from individual liability unless the official violated a clearly established constitutional right. Do you think officers around this nation should have that luxury? Do you think we give officers too much free reins? Trump, he talked to the federal, I keep saying federal, the Fraternal Organization of Police Officers. He sat down and talked with them yesterday. Yeah, the federal, I gotta stop saying federal. The fraternal, nigga. Yeah, the fraternal. He sat down with the fraternal. What is it? The Organization of Police Officers, and he wants to give officers this luxury. He wants to give officers this right. This is what he's running on. He's running on. It's in his agenda to give officers more free reins, more power, when they do their jobs. Is that something that you want? Is that something that you believe in? Do you believe that officers need to have more authority when they're doing their jobs? I'll get into what I believe. I'll get into what I believe in a second, but I don't want to overbear you guys with my thoughts on this, but I just want to know what you guys feel. I see somebody said yes. But yeah, I want to know where you guys are coming from. We got 35 people in the building. I need you to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We're about to get into Trump and his thoughts. He's about to talk to the police officers, the Federal Organization of Police, the Fraternal Order of Police Officers. We're going to get into his make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Again, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's get into what Trump was talking about in terms of the police officers and giving them more rights, giving them more things. I'm sure he's going to be talking to a crowd of them. Yeah, the Fraternal Order of Police on the heels of his endorsement. So it's the Fraternal Order of Police. So let's see what he says to the police officers. I'm sure he's going to be talking to their ideals and what they want. Now, keep in mind, right? Keep in mind. Trump is going to be talking to a room full of police officers. I'm sure he's going to touch qualified immunity. I'm sure he's going to talk, he's going to touch on the things that, impact them doing their jobs. What I want to know is why, when Kamala Harris speaks in a room full of black people, why isn't she speaking to their needs, their wants, what they're looking for, their agendas, their incentives? When Kamala Harris speaks to a room full of black people, she's not talking to the things that they're looking for and the things that they want. She's just speaking in broad statements. You're gonna watch Trump speaking to a room full of officers, and he's talking to what affects them doing their job, what affects them doing their everyday work. Why isn't Kamala Harris doing that to the black community? Why isn't she talking to the things that directly affect us? I want you guys to answer that as well. But let's get into Trump talking to the Fraternal Order of Police. Not federal, but the Fraternal Order of Police. Let's get into it.
And frankly, no country can sustain what we're going through with 21 million people allowed to come in from places that...
Now, is that official number correct? 21 million? I haven't been looking at the immigration stuff and stuff of that. Is that the official number? 21 million in the last 4 years? Has it been 21 million? Can anybody look that up? Has it been 21 million? 21 million in the last 3.5 years. I need somebody to look that up. Is that correct? Is that number correct? Because Trump does spurt out, random Snapple facts. I wouldn't call them Snapple facts though. He just, he blurts out some things. I don't necessarily know if it's true or not. 21 million, that's a lot of people. Again, we got 65 people in the building. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. We only got 2 likes in here. Hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button right now.
But we will. Since Kamala Harris took office, she has presided over a 43% increase in violent crime, including a 58% increase in rape and an 89% increase in aggravated assault.
Wow.
And under Comrade Kamala,
What are those numbers true? Now these are some heavy numbers. But I'm gonna tell you why I believe Trump with these numbers. Even if they are bloviated and possibly inflated, I believe him because I live in New York, right? And I'm hearing about the crimes that the migrants are committing. I'm hearing about what's going on in Colorado, where they're taking over the apartment complexes and knocking on people's doors and taking their apartments. I'm hearing about stories of women ending up in trash cans. Being sexually assaulted by migrants. So even if these numbers are bloviated, even if these numbers are inflated, I understand where he's coming from. I still understand the sincerity of where he's coming from in this statement. The Democrats are trying to put a Band-Aid over the immigration problem. You can't put a Band-Aid over this problem. It's a real issue happening here. The Democrats are trying to put a Band-Aid over a Flintstone Band-Aid over this really dire issue, if you will. And we can no longer stand for them to do that. Again, if you want to be a part of the discussion and the dialogue, please put it in the super chat. We put respect on the super chatters. We put respect on the donors here. Please put respect on the, I want people to be a part of this dialogue. I want people to be a part of this discussion when it comes to qualified immunity and Donald Trump giving police officers qualified immunity. I want people to be a part of this discussion. So please put it in the super chat, put it in a donation, and please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well. Let's get back into it.
assaults on police officers are up a minimum of 32%, and many of them are not reported, and if they are reported, they're not taken down. And shootings of our police officers are up by over 16%.
Now, I agree with him here, too, as well. I told the story. I was on here and I told the story on a news report that I seen. I may play it for you guys tonight. There was a Venezuelan immigrant out there in New York. He was arrested after shooting at the police. He was arrested and he testified in court, and he said verbatim, his testimonial was, in his country, it's normal to shoot at the police.
Oh my God!
In Venezuela, it's normal to shoot at the police. This is a common occurrence in their country, where they come from, right? But then they're taking this mentality and they're bringing it to America. They're bringing it to our law enforcement. Now, listen, there's some bad apples in law enforcement, but let's not act like every police officer is a bad police officer. There are some good men and women that are there doing their job, there to try to help the community, there that are them that are trying to make a difference. And it's sad that they're having to deal with violent immigrants, because there are some good immigrants as well. There's some immigrants that are good, but we are taking on their gang members. We are taking on their drug smugglers. We are taking on their the less desirable. Let's just keep it a buck. We're taking on their less desirables.
Fire! 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 Fire!
And when you take on the less desirables, when you take on the gang members, the drug smugglers, the sexual deviants, when you take on all of these people, then you're going to have to accept the criminality that comes with them coming into your country. Right? Again, I want y'all to hit that like button. Hit that like button right now. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. And if you want to be a part of the discussion and the dialogue, please put it in a super chat. Please put it in a donation. We put respect on the super chatters. We read all super chats. Let's get back into it.
The day I take office is the day that Kamala's crime wave comes to an end. It's a crime wave in our country. We've never seen anything like it. And frankly, you know, we talk about all of the problems that we have, and they list them, and usually the economy is number one. To me, the number one thing that I get spoken to by the people, and I meet so many people, is crime. I mean, they can't believe it. They can't walk out of their...
Crime is happening around America, but like I said, you know, the Democrats, they're desperately trying to put a Band-Aid over the issue. Think about it. The Democratic National Convention was about a couple of weeks ago, maybe a week or so ago. They wasn't talking about, you know, crime. They wasn't talking about, you know, the issues that, you know, people are suffering from that are living in these sanctuary cities that are taking on these immigrants. They weren't talking about that. Every other speaker was talking about Trump. Trump is a tyrant. Trump is a dictator. Trump is a felon. Trump made fun of the people who served the country. It was just it was damn near a Trump roast. But you didn't see a lot of those Democratic people, speakers, you know, representatives, senators, you know, you didn't see a lot of them talk about the crime that is happening in America due to the immigrants, the immigrant crime, the shooting at the police officers, the women being sexually assaulted, the women coming up missing, the gang members taking over the streets. Why are the Democrats putting a Band-Aid over the immigrant crisis? Why are they doing that?
Fire! 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 Fire!
Again, I need y'all to hit that like button. I need y'all to hit that subscribe button. I'm not looking at the likes right now. We got about 10 likes in here, and we got, how many people we got up in this building? Oh, we got 240. Hey, we got 200 people in here. We only got 10 damn likes. Hit that damn like. What's wrong with y'all? Hit that damn like. We got 200 people in here. We only got 10 likes. What's going on today? Wow. Hit the like button, y'all. Hit that damn like button. Hit the like button right now. Hit that like button, all right? Hit that like button. Let's get back into Trump, though.
Apartments and buy a loaf of bread without getting mugged or wrapped or shot. You know, in Chicago, it's like, it's not even believable. They had
and if you want to be a part of the dialogue, if you want to be a part of the discussion, please put it in the super chat. We read all super chats. We read all donations. We put respect on the donors here. We put respect on the super chatters here. We read all donations, and we want to be. I want people to be a part of the discussion here. I want to know, how do you feel about qualified immunity, and do you support qualified immunity for police officers? And Trump is talking to the fraternal. He's talking to the Fraternal Order of Police right now. This is who he's speaking to. That's his audience. Let's get back into it.
Actually, the numbers I read to you were very minor compared to about 2 months ago, where they had 117 people shot and 17 dead in one weekend.
Wow.
Think of it, 117 people were shot and 17 died. And the fake news.
Does anybody live in a city that is taking on a lot of migrants? Maybe you live in New York City. Maybe you live in Texas. Maybe you're, I don't know. Anybody that lives in a sanctuary city, Chicago. Anybody in here that lives in a sanctuary city, are you dealing with a higher alert of criminality after the migrants have come into your city? Because I'm speaking from a man from New York. I'm from New York. I don't live in New York City, but I live in New York. I live about 10 to 20 minutes away from Queens. And that's all we hear. All we hear about is migrant crime. All we hear about is Venezuelan gang members robbing people's phones, robbing people's backpacks, robbing people's electronics. All we hear about is migrant crime. Migrants on scooters snatching items from civilians. All we hear about is migrant crime. Every time I turn on Fox News, ABC, migrant crime. So I mean, for the Democrats to try to put a Band-Aid over this issue, I mean, shame on them. But that doesn't necessarily I don't necessarily think that means that we need to have qualified immunity back. I don't think qualified immunity is going to help that. You know, I don't think qualified immunity is going to help the police do a better job, in my opinion. You know, the real issue is letting these people in the first place. We need a tighter border. We need a more secure border, and people need to come into the country the legal way, not the illegal way, but the legal way.
Doesn't talk about it very much, but we take back our country, and we will take back our country very soon for the law-abiding citizens of America, because this is about the law-abiding citizens, not the criminals. They're protecting the criminals and not protecting.
Hit that like button, y'all. I need you to hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button right now.
Oh my God!
Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now. And if you want to be a part of the discussion and the dialogue, please put it in the super chat. We put respect on the super chatters. We put respect on the donors. Let's get back into it.
In the law-abiding citizens, we can't let that happen. With your help, we will restore public safety to our streets. We will bring back law and order to our nation, and we will give the heroes in blue the power to legally protect us and the respect that you deserve more than any other group of people, what you have to go through. And
he's speaking about qualified immunity. See, he's speaking about qualified. What did I say? I said Trump was trying to give police officers qualified immunity.
Oh my God!
And that's what this show is about. I want to know, do you believe in qualified immunity? Do you think that police officers should have more legal precedent to do their jobs, to facilitate their work? Me personally, I think I'm a black man in America. I don't want police officers to have qualified immunity. I think that we see enough police officers take advantage of the badge already. How many times have we seen a police officer do something wrong, delete someone, do something that's not in the guidebook, not in the the official the laws that they should be doing? How many times have we seen police officers take advantage of people's constitutional rights? The last thing we need on the streets is for every officer in America to have qualified immunity. That's that's terrible to have that.
Fire! 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 Fire!
You're going to see more police officers breaking the law. You're going to see more police officers do things that are wrong. You're going to see more people be assassinated by police officers. A lot of them are going to get off with a slap on the wrist. The last thing we need in America, especially for Black America, the last thing that we need is qualified immunity for, a nation of white supremacist white officers.
Oh my God!
That's the last thing that we need in this nation. But I mean, I don't believe in it. That's where I stand. I don't believe in qualified immunity. I don't think qualified immunity is something that we need in this nation. But let's get back into Trump and him talking to the Fraternal Order of Police. Let's get back into it.
then you don't get the back.
And again, if you have anything to add to the discussion in the dialogue, please put it in the super chat. We put respect on the super chatters. We put respect on the donors here. And I want people to be a part of the dialogue and the discussion. I want people to be a part of it. I read all donations. I read all super chats. I want people to be a part of the dialogue and the discussion. So let's get back into it, though.
Up at all. You're going to have the backup like you never had it before. Well, you had it 4 years ago, but even more so now because they've let it get so out of control. I mean, the only thing good about this period of time, you know, we did great in 2016. We did much better in 2020. I hate to tell you, we did much better. Got millions more votes. I was told if you got the same number of votes, you can't lose. We got millions more votes.
We got 18 likes. I need y'all to hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button right now, please. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Let's get back into it, y'all. Trump talking to the Fraternal Order of Police officers.
Votes than we got in 2016. And in 2020, with all of that, the only thing good about it is that we see how badly things are. I think the reason the spirit is more now than 2020 or 2016 is because they saw how bad it was. It's been so bad. And we're able to do things, and you can be stronger and tougher and get your job done because they can't, even radical left people, or at least people that are leaning left, will understand that we have to clean up our crime. You can't have a country like this. There's no country like this. No.
I disagree. I think that the Democrats are so fixated on making sure Trump doesn't get back in that office. I think that a lot of Democrats would rather their cities be burnt to the ground. They would rather immigrants rob them, take over their apartment complexes. I think that a lot of Democrats, this is how zany the Democrats are. A lot of them would rather get mugged by an immigrant, robbed by an immigrant, than to have Trump back in that office. I got to be honest with you. I truly believe that. That's how zany these Democrats. So I don't think that a lot of them are rationalizing it as that. I don't think they're rationalizing it as, oh, well, we got a lot of crime and maybe we need Trump to clean it up. I don't think a lot of them are rationalizing it as that, When you look at a lot of these democratically ran cities, most of them have been dealing with crime already. Before the migrants got there, a lot of these, come on. Before the migrants got to Chicago, it was already a shithole. Before the migrants got to New York, it was already crime and rampant things going, drugs and all this other thing coming out of New York City. Gangs. So a lot of these democratic ran cities are already, they're already, they used to the violence. They're used to the crime. They're used to the muggings. And they would rather live like that and instead of having somebody like Trump clean it up. Let's just be honest on. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. Continue.
No country. And we're a laughingstock all over the world. Over the past 4 years, Kamala Harris and the radical Democrat Party have led a war on law enforcement in America. They're against you so strongly. As a result, families that do everything right and carry this country.
Hit that like button, y'all. I need y'all to hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, all right? I need y'all to hit that like button. I need y'all to hit that subscribe button right now. I need y'all to put some respect on the like button. Put some respect on the subscribe button. Put some respect on the like button, all right? Let's get back into it.
On their shoulders have watched helplessly as their communities dissolved all around them. Kamala Harris and the radical liberals force anarchy on the American people while they live in safety, in many cases behind walls. You know that, Nancy?
That's another thing. Just talking about some of these Democrats, respectfully, and I didn't want to make this show about kicking in the backs of the Democrats. I know that's normally what I do here. But just speaking on some of these Democrats, I live in New York, right? I live in New York, and some of these Democrats are telling people, "Hey, let the immigrants into your home. Let the immigrants come into your home. open up the refrigerator, you know, get a glass of something cold to drink. But you don't see none of these Democratic officials letting the migrants into their homes. Why aren't the Democratic officials in New York City, why aren't they letting the migrants into the penthouses, the mansions, the townhouses, the condos, the condos in Manhattan? Why are they not letting them inside of there, in there? These people live in the lap of luxury on the taxpayers' dimes. On the taxpayers' dime, they live on the lap of luxury, but they're telling the middle class worker, the blue class worker, the person going to work 9 to 5, coming home, taking care of his kids, he's telling that person to open up your home, let the migrants in. Let the gang members into your family's home. Let the sexual offenders and the sexual deviants from other countries, let them come into your home. That's what the Democrats are telling people in New York City. Absolute lunacy. So Trump is absolutely right when he's talking about the Democrats, how they're kind of just, numb to the whole thing happening here. They're very numb to what's happening in terms of the migrant crisis. Absolutely, no question about it.
Pelosi has a big wall wrapped around her house. Of course, it didn't help too much with the problem she had, did it? But she had a why he keep clapping at Nancy Pelosi's husband, man? Trump, why you keep doing that? Why you keep clapping at Nancy Pelosi's husband? Why you keep doing that? If you don't know, Nancy Pelosi's husband was attacked. I think some crazed Trump lunatic got into the home of Nancy Pelosi's husband, put the paws on him. I don't think that was right. I think that was kind of foul. That was kind of wrong. That was wrong. I don't think he deserved that. I mean, it's Nancy Pelosi's husband. I'm sure Nancy Pelosi wears the pants in her relationship. I definitely don't think her husband deserved that whatsoever. I think that was foul, what happened to him. But yeah, Nancy Pelosi, I think it was a Trump supporter that ran into Nancy Pelosi's husband and put hands on him. But I think he was looking for her. But Nancy Pelosi's husband was in the house, and I think he put hands on him or something like that, fought him or something like that. But that's what Trump is talking and referring to. Big wall wrapped around her house, but then she says, we don't want to, you have no idea what it was to get the wall done.
And again, if you want to be a part of the dialogue, I see a lot of people in here super chatting, talking. I like when people are talking and being a part of the discussion. If you want to be a part of the discussion, if you want to be a part of the dialogue, please put it in the super chat. We put respect on the super chatters here. We put respect on the donors here. We read all donations. We read all super chats here. We put respect on that. So, if you want to be a part of the discussion in the dialogue, please put in the super chat and the donation. Let's continue.
Kamala Harris opposed me. Nancy Pelosi, everybody, the Democrats largely, not all of them, but they largely opposed it, but we got it built. I actually took it out of the military. I considered it an invasion because dealing with Congress is so crazy. I said, okay, ready? We're going to take $10 billion out of the military budget. You're going to buy about 3 less Army tanks, and we're going to build a wall because this is an invasion of our country. As soon as I said that, everybody...
Does anybody believe in the Trump wall? Do you think that the Trump wall is a let's say a logical item that we could use to secure our country's border? Do you believe in the Trump wall? Do you think that the wall is a smart idea? Do you think that it's a logical idea? Do you think that it would actually work? The Trump wall. It's going to cost us a lot of money if we were to complete it. It would cost the country a lot of money. But anybody, do you believe in the Trump wall? I know we got a couple Trump supporters in here. Maybe some of you believe in the wall. You believe in the logical reasoning of having a wall, to secure our border. Let me know if you believe in the Trump wall and you think it's a logical tool to use to keep migrants out of the United States. Let me know.
Everybody said, you're right, and we did. We built over 571 miles of wall, and that's what gave us the best. We had the best border numbers in history, and now we have the worst border numbers in history. There's never been anything.
And can somebody fact check that? Do we have the worst border numbers in history? I haven't been paying attention. And I'm not gonna just put it on Trump's jacket that he's just yelling out absurdities and just yelling out lies, because I've heard Kamala Harris blurt out some absurdities and lies herself. That's what politicians do. They lie. They take advantage of the people, especially during election season. They lie, and they lie about a lot of things. But is that true? Do we have the worst border crossings right now and stuff like that? Is it at an all-time high right now? Because I'm not too sure about that. I haven't seen the numbers on that. Let me know though.
Anything like it. And I pulled down a chart, if you remember, about 2.5 months ago on my right. I said, I'm so proud of that chart. Now I love it more than almost anything in the world. I love it more than I even love the police. Can you believe it? No, I pulled down a chart. I always look to my left, always, and I seldom use it. I use it maybe 20% of the time for speeches, but it's always on my left. It's always at the end of the speech. And this time at the beginning of the speech, I said...
And I need y'all to vote, too. Continue to vote. Do you believe in qualified immunity for police officers? Do you believe in qualified immunity? Trump is talking to the Fraternal Order of Police. And he's speaking. He spoke about it earlier, how he wants to give police more... he wants to give them more power. He wants to give them more, freedom when it comes to them doing their job, executing their job. Do you believe in qualified immunity? Do you think that, qualified immunity is something that all police officers need? Anybody in here in law enforcement? Anybody here that works in law enforcement? Anybody trying or aspiring to get into law enforcement? Do you believe in qualified immunity for all police officers? Let me know and vote in the poll. Let me continue.
Pull down that chart. And if I didn't turn, I wouldn't be speaking with you today. So I love that chart. That chart is beautiful.
Trump, just get married to the chart already. Divorce your wife. Go to Vegas. Elope in Vegas with the chart. Have a couple chart babies. And live happily ever after with your chart, man. Stop telling us about how you love this chart, man.
Oh my God!
Get a room already with the damn chart. You still got Trump Hotel. Go get a room at Trump Hotel with the chart. And just keep us out of it, man. I'm tired of hearing this love fest with this damn chart that you got. Get a damn room with the chart already. Damn, you always talking about how much you love this damn chart.
I love that chart.
Oh my goodness. Oh my damn goodness.
Oh my God!
You in this damn chart, man. You in this damn chart, bro. Let the chart go, bro. Trump, if you're not going to marry that chart, if you're not going to go off into the sunset with that chart, you're capping. You don't really love that chart. If you don't get that chart tattooed on your back, if Trump doesn't get a tramp stamp of that chart, he's capping.
Oh my God!
If Trump doesn't get a tramp stamp of that chart, he's capping. He's capping about how much he loves that chart. He doesn't really love that chart if he doesn't get a tramp stamp of the chart. All right? That's my opinion.
Beautiful. That's one beautiful, the yellow and the blue and the red, right? Anyway, but what that chart showed and shows is the numbers. You see, it went way down to almost nothing, and that was my final week in office, and then it went like a rocket ship right through the sky. We've never had anything like it. No country's ever had anything like it. Wealthy liberals destroy cities with defund the police, and there's still that movement.
Now, that's something else that the Democrats are proponents of, defunding the police. I don't necessarily think that defunding the police is the right thing as well, though. I don't believe in defunding the police. I don't think defunding the police is logical. You know, as a community, we need the police officers. We need we need people to call when people break the law. And I think that people have a misunderstanding of what police officers are. Police officers are not, you know, their job is not to protect and serve. The job of a police officer is to enforce the law. That's the job of a police officer, not to protect and serve, but to enforce the law. You know, so I think people have a misunderstanding of what police officers are supposed to be doing. But yeah, you know, defunding the police, that's something that, you know, the Democrats are, you know, a part of. I don't believe in defunding the police. Do I think that police do I think they have a little bit too much funding? Yes. You see a lot of these police stations and a lot of these police precincts, they're damn near militarized. We don't need police. We don't need the precincts and the police stations to be militarized. You know, who are the police officers fighting? Are they fighting an armed militia? Are they fighting SEAL Team 6? Are they fighting A-Team? The Avengers? So a lot of these police precincts and police stations, a lot of them are militarized. I don't believe in that. I don't think that police stations and stuff like that should be militarized. I don't believe in that. But defunding them altogether, I don't believe in that altogether. We need police officers to maintain and enforce the law. So I'm not a proponent of defunding the police.
You just can't shake it. And sanctuary for illegals while they move further into gated compounds. They set loose violent repeat offenders with no bail while Marxist prosecutors harass and threaten police officers who protect the hardworking citizens. They don't want you to protect the people. It's hard to believe, actually. You know, sometimes you say these things, and as you're saying them, you're saying, is that right? But that's right. It's, you know, it's pretty hard to believe. Like, why would anybody say we don't want to have a border? Why would anybody say the whole world can empty out into our country even though it's not sustainable? Why would anybody say something sort of simple like we want men to play in women's sports? Why do they want to say we want men to play in women's sports?
But you see, that's the lunacy of the Democratic Party. The lunacy of, this is the issue with the Democratic left. This is the issue with the Democratic left. The Democratic left, they want to pander to every community. Every community they want to pander to. They want to pander to the Christians. They want to pander to the Satanists. They want to pander to LGBTQ. They want to pander to the non-LGBTQ, the people that are against it. They want to pander to the abortionist. Then they want to pander to the pro-lifers. They want to pander to the pro-Palestine. And they want to pander to the pro-Israel. And at the end of the day, when you pander to all of these communities, some of these communities are antithetical to the other community. When you pander to all of them, and you're over here, you're pandering to this one, then you're going over here, you're pandering to this one. A lot of these communities feel like you have turned their backs. You have turned their backs on them.
Fire! 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 Fire!
So you're going to see them pandering to the LGBTQ and saying, yeah, men should play in women's sports, when in reality, men should not be playing in women's. Anybody with a logical brain would say, men should not be in the same sport. A man should not be in a boxing ring with a woman. A man should not be on a football field with a woman. A woman could get hurt. She could lose her life. There's many instances of men beating on women. Domestic violence and stuff like that, where women lost their lives over domestic violence. But now you have the Democrats, they want to put a man in a boxing ring with a woman. That's lunacy.
Oh my God!
But that's the lunacy of the Democratic left. They want to pander to everyone. They're kung fu panders. We're gonna, the Democrats, we're gonna go to the black church on Sunday. We're gonna go to the Satanist lodge on Monday. We're gonna go to the abortion clinic on Tuesday. we're gonna go to the pro-life march on Wednesday. That's how they operate. We're gonna go to the pro-Palestine march on Thursday. We're going to go to the pro-Israel march on Friday. That's how they operate. They pander to everyone, and then when everybody sees that they pander to everyone, everybody's looking at them like, dog, like you are not for us. You're not for the community. You're not for any of these communities. You're just pandering.
Why was that? Did you see the Olympics where they had two transitioned fighters? They transitioned. This is the proper way of saying it. I say that just in case I don't want to get myself in trouble with the media, the fake news. And they had two fighters. And you see the one young lady, beautiful young lady, and she was a fighter from Italy. And she fought a transition.
We got 490 people in the building strong. I need y'all to hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Again, we got 490 people in here standing tall and strong. Patriots in here. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button right now.
Oh my
And again, if you want to be a part of the dialogue, if you want to be a part of the discussion, we put respect on the super chatters. We put respect on the donors. We read all super chatters. We read all donations on here. So if you want to be a part of the dialogue, I want people to be a part of the dialogue. And talk about qualified immunity and Trump giving police officers qualified immunity. I want people to be a part of this dialogue and discussion. Let's get back into it, though.
Person who gave her just, boom, a left jab. Now, jab, for those that don't know, that's just sort of, keep it going before you give it. Boom, she backed up. Whoa. Then he did another jab and she quit. She said, I've never been hit like that in my life, right?
But that's the lunacy of the Democratic left. The Democratic left, they want to put, men in boxing rings with women, have a woman ultimately lose her life, get severe brain damage, And it's sad to say that, these Democrats, they're not going to pay for the hospital bills. If a woman gets in a boxing ring with a man, or let me not say man, a biological man, let me say that, and she gets severe brain damage, or internal damage, the Democrats are not going to pay your hospital bills. They're not going to take care of the kids that you have. They're not going to take care of your elderly family members if you have them. They're not going to do any of that. But they're going to fight for your right to be in the ring with a man and fight a man as a woman. That's where we are. That's what the Democrats are fighting for.
She quit. Anyway, he went on to win the gold medal easily. And the other one went on to win the gold medal easily. But you have to see the weightlifting stats, where an eighth of an ounce is added on, and for 18 years they had a record, and some guy comes along, some transition person. Have you lifted before? No, I haven't, not much. Oh, good. Well, good luck. Let's see. It's crazy. These people are crazy, and it's so demeaning to women. Someday, these women are great athletes. The whole thing is crazy. But I know you love it, right? This man on my right, he must love that. As he sees, he's seething. I just watch him watching.
If we got 300 people in the building, I need y'all to hit that like button. Hit that like button right now. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button right now. Not now, but right now. I am not your homie. I'm the one and only macaroni. Hit that like button, that subscribe button right now.
Fire! 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 Fire!
I'm not your homie. I'm the one and only macaroni. All right? Let's get back into it. Hit that like button. If you want to be a part of the dialogue and discussion, please put it in the super chat. We put respect in the super chatters and donors.
Seething as he watches this stuff, right? He's actually looking and he can't even believe it, right? He can't even believe it. Anyway, but as president, I will break the grip of the Marxists on our justice system, and I will end Kamala's war. And it's her and a group of people. But it's a war on police, and together we will launch a war on violent crime in America. We have to. We are a laughingstock all over the world.
And make no mistake, we are a laughingstock right now as a country. I don't know if you guys seen Vladimir Putin's comments on the political race. He's endorsing Kamala Harris as a goof. We're a laughingstock right now. Countries are looking at us. They're looking at the weak leadership of Joe Biden. They're looking at us possibly putting Kamala Harris in office. That's a laughable thing. We're in terrible shape. We're in terrible shape. Whether you're pro-Trump or against Trump, or whether you're pro-Kamala or against Kamala, as a country, we're in terrible shape right now. Now, I don't necessarily believe that either of these two candidates are going to help us get out of that bad state. But no matter how you look at it, we are in a bad state in this country, and we need to fix things. And I truly believe that neither one of these candidates are the right choice for us. But it is what it is.
Everyone's always talking about these terrible countries to live in, that regime and this or that. But those countries don't have crime like we do, not even close. Under Harris, the number of police resignations surged recently to over 60%. You've never had.
Now, that is true. There have been a lot of police officers that have been resigning. Now, I don't know if that's due to maybe just officers just wanting to retire. Maybe they just want to move to another state, and maybe it's better for them to be a police officer in another state than it was in a place that they became a police officer. I don't know why that is, but we have had a lot of police resignations. I've heard the reports of full precincts of police officers just resigning from their jobs. So that is happening. That is happening.
I had a number like that. In the first spending bill I signed, I will make a record investment in hiring, retention, and training for police officers. It's so important. It's powerful. So important. And you remember when I was president, I gave you billions of dollars worth of military equipment that was unused. It was in the storage rooms. We talked about it. It was in the storage rooms.
Hey, I need y'all to hit that like button. We got 560 people in the building. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. We got 560 people in the building standing tall. I need you to hit that like button. Again, if you want to be a part of the dialogue and the discussion, please put it in the super chat. We put respect on the donors here. We put respect on the donors. We put respect on the super chatters. And I want people to be a part of the dialogue and discussion. Let's continue.
We talked about it. Remember that a few years ago? and I made it available to the police. I took such heat. They said, it looks too powerful. It looks police-like. I said, isn't that a good thing? I mean, that's a good thing. But I gave you billions of dollars. It was sitting there drawing dust, billions and billions. It had storage houses all over the country, big storage houses of trucks, and a lot of it was defensive material, too, and defensive Jeeps with armor plates all over them and a lot of great stuff. And I gave it all out to the police. Took a lot of heat. I thought it would be a popular thing. It was with the police. But the crazies out there, they thought it was just a terrible thing. They thought it looked too powerful. And you got it, and we saved a lot of lives with that equipment, right? We saved a lot of lives, and we saved a lot of rent.
And make sure y'all continue to vote on the poll. Do you believe in qualified immunity? That's the poll in the chat. Trump is telling these officers, he spoke about it a little bit earlier. He talked about how he wanted to give police officers more authority, more just more, to have more more power in terms of doing their jobs. He's talking in reference to qualified immunity. Do you believe in qualified immunity? Do you think that qualified immunity is something that we need for officers around this United States? Do you believe in qualified immunity? Qualified immunity is, for officers that have more. Let me actually read the definition for you guys before I spurt out some wrong or some disinformation, if you will. Qualified immunity protects state and local officials, including law enforcement officers, from individual liability unless the official violates a clearly established constitutional right. So qualified immunity is basically where, officers have more free range to do their jobs. They have more, room to do things. There's, specific things that officers can't do. They can't violate your constitutional rights. But there are some nuances where they could get away with certain things. They could do certain things. That could be in the range of, raids, search and seizures, a lot of things. Do you believe that police officers, law enforcement should have more free reign to do their jobs by using and hiding behind qualified immunity? That's what the poll says, and that's what the show is necessarily about.
We also saved a lot of rent that we didn't have to pay to all these storage places all over the country. We're going to get you pay raises and reinforcements. We're going to get you reinforcements because you need them. And Harris repeatedly sponsored legislation to strip police officers immunity. It's interesting when you say the word Harris, nobody knows who the hell I'm talking about. Harris. They say, who is Harris? If you say to a person, what's our vice president's name? They don't know. Now, Kamala is an unusual name. But
why is he lying like that? People know Kamala Harris. They may not like her, but they know her. They know Kamala Harris is the VP, Donald Trump. Come on.
At least you know who we're talking about. When I say Harris, nobody knows who the hell I'm talking about.
Oh, he means the last name. Okay, I agree. Yeah, when people hear Harris, they're not necessarily thinking of Kamala. Yeah, like Harris, they're really using Kamala. We all know Kamala. When you hear Harris, you don't necessarily think of Kamala Harris. You think of, there's a lot of Harrises. So I mean, I understand. He's right in that assertion. I agree with him in that assertion.
Who is that? So maybe we'll refer to him more as Kamala. It's a little friendlier too, but it's hard to be friendly with somebody that wants to destroy our country.
Come million. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris. The Prince of Camelot.
She's right now practicing. Do you know that? She's in Pennsylvania, and she's practicing for the debate. She's locked herself in a room. She's got a lot to learn. She's locked.
Can you imagine Kamala Harris preparing for the Trump debate with the Rocky IV montage music going on in the background? Can you imagine? Can you imagine Kamala Harris prepping for this debate with the Rocky IV montage music going? Nah, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yourself in a room, and they have one problem. You know what the problem is? They have MAGA people outside screaming, "We love Trump, we love Trump, we love Trump," and they can't focus. Can you believe it? Just came over. They got MAGA people all over the place, and they're screaming, "We love Trump," and she can't focus. That's okay. As president, I will sign legislation to strengthen protections for police officers, so important, and I will crack down.
Again, qualified immunity. He's speaking on qualified immunity. He wants to give police officers more free reins, more freedoms to do their jobs. Is that something you believe in? Now, let me say this. Trump supporters. Now, because normally, listen, I be going in on Kamala. Keep it real. Anybody that be here for the lives, keep it a buck. I go in on Kamala. I go in on the Democrats. Don't front. Now, Trump supporters, I got to be honest with you. You got to be honest here. Qualified immunity, especially if you're black. If you're a black Trump supporter, maybe if you're white and you're for qualified immunity, you call the police anytime there's a crime happening. You're a law-abiding citizen. I'm not mad at you. Let me just talk to the black people for a second. The black Trump supporters. You and I know. You and I know that when as a black person, when you call the cops, there's a chance that it may go left. You may deal with a white supremacist officer that pulls up to the scene, and your constitutional rights may get violated. That's just the reality of being black in America. I'm just keeping it a buck. You need to think twice if you want to vote for Trump, and he's giving out qualified immunity to police officers. You saw what happened to Sonia Massey. That Sonia Massey situation, that could have been avoided if you had two officers that came in there and that were rational, logical, had a level head, clean record. If you had two officers that came in there doing the right job, that woman would still have her life. That woman would still be able to be with her family. But Sonia Massey lost her life. So, you know, as a black person, as a black Trump supporter, you need to think about these things. Or do you support qualified immunity? Because if you're going to go to the voting poll on election night and pull the lever for Donald Trump, you will be voting for qualified immunity. You need to think about what that entails for Black America. What does that entail for Black America if every police officer in America has qualified immunity? Now, listen, I'm not gonna generalize all police officers. We have a lot of great men and women that are a part of the force that do a great job. But the reality is, we do have white supremacist police officers that are doing the job as well. So if you're a black Trump supporter, you need to realize that if you go to the voting poll, you will be voting for qualified immunity for white supremacist police officers. Let's continue, though.
On Marxist prosecutors like Philadelphia's Larry Krasner and LA's George Gascon. No, it's unbelievable. These people, you get a murderer. Guy just shot 3 people and he's out on the streets in 2 hours. It's crazy. No bail, cashless, they call it. No longer will corrupt DAs be allowed to engage in selective and race-based enforcement of the law. My administration will issue hundreds of millions of dollars in federal grants to reward cities and towns and return to proven crime-fighting methods, including stop and frisk and broken windows policing. We did that with...
There we go. Stop and frisk. Are y'all ready for stop and frisk? Are you guys ready for stop and frisk? See, these are things that black people that are supporting Trump, respectfully, These are things. See, that's why I never jumped on the Trump bandwagon, because I'm gonna be honest with you. Do I think that Trump's 4 years was better than Biden? Absolutely. Do I think that Trump fed the streets with the PPP and the stimmies and stuff like that? Absolutely. Do I want to see men in women's sports? Absolutely not. So there's a lot of things that I vibe with on Trump's side, but when you start talking about qualified immunity, that directly affects Black America. When you start talking about stop and frisk, all of the Black men that got stopped and frisked and had their constitutional rights violated, drugs planted on them, false imprisonments, that was all due to stop and frisk. Stop and frisk was actually started in New York City by Rudy Giuliani. If you know the history about that, stop and frisk, do your Googles on that. But for us to enforce stop and frisk, when I start hearing about stop and frisk, qualified immunity, and going back to the old guard of police work, I cannot, as a Black man, support that. I absolutely cannot. We got 759 people in here standing strong. Patriots in the building right now. And I'm feeling like Tom Brady on the 40-yard line. Yeah, salute to everybody in here. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button right now. That damn like button. Hit it to the beat. 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 Hit that damn like button, the subscribe button. All right. And if you want to be a part of the dialogue, if you want to be a part of the discussion, please put it in a super chat. Put it in a donation. We read all super chats. We read all donations, and I want people to be a part of the dialogue and discussion. Do you believe in qualified immunity? Do you think that police officers need more freedoms to do their jobs? Do police officers need more free range to do their jobs? I can speak about a lot of instances of police getting away with things. I could talk about how police officers slept with, people that committed crimes, got slaps on the wrist for it. Qualified immunity would directly affect that. I could talk about search and seizures, police officers doing illegal searches, illegal seizures of property, stealing items. They got slapped on the wrist. That would directly affect them if they get qualified immunity. I could talk about police officers, deleting people, right? Deleting people on the streets and, resigning from their jobs. That will directly affect them if they get qualified immunity. So these are some things you need to take to the voting booth. Now, remember, I'm not pro-Trump. I'm not pro-Kamala Harris. I'm an independent. I will not be voting for neither one of these candidates, right? But these are some things that you need to think about when you go to the voting, especially if you're a Black American like me. You need to be thinking about these things. Let's continue.
Rudy Giuliani was so successful. New York before Giuliani, New York was at the edge. It was a hopeless situation. And Rudy came in and he did the stop and frisk thing. And he did at numbers that were moderate, good. You can't go crazy, but they knew what they were doing, and they did the windows. And the windows sounds like a ridiculous idea, but when they had all these burned out places, they made them look livable. And we went from a crime-ridden city to the safest big city anywhere in the world. It's a big accomplishment.
I disagree. Did Rudy Giuliani clean up a lot of mafioso crime? Yes. Did he get a couple ragamuffins and some criminals off the streets? Yes. But at the end of the day, he violated people's constitutional rights. A lot of people were falsely imprisoned. A lot of people went to jail when they were not deserving to go to jail. There was a lot of trumped up charges. So if you're gonna tell me that, okay, that's the caveat that comes with, a safer environment or safer streets, then I would say that that's not a utopia. That's not a utopia. If you're going to tell me that safer streets come with the caveat of having people falsely imprisoned, people having their constitutional rights taken advantage of, people going to jail when they're not deserving, trumped up charges, whether they be drug infractions or things of that nature. If you're going to be telling me people are going to have drugs planted on them, guns planted on them, if you're going to tell me that goes with the caveat of having safer streets, then I'm going to say that that's not a utopia and that's not a future that I want.
Fire! 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 Fire!
You know?
Really, he doesn't get the credit he deserves, I will tell you that. But we'll get the homeless and the dangerously deranged, of which we have many off of our streets, and many are coming in, because I said they're coming in from the mental institutions all over the world, and we'll get them the help they need. It's a very hard thing to get the help they need, and many of these people are never going to make a comeback. You know that. They can't make a comeback. It's horrible. It's a horrible thing. But we'll make our towns and cities safe again. We'll make them clean and beautiful once again, and we'll have places.
Sinclair says 40% supported qualified immunity, 60 don't. Thanks for voting, guys. Salute to everybody that voted. People voting for qualified immunity. Yeah, man, mostly people are saying no. But, we have a lot of Trump support. I see a lot of Trump supporters in here. Trump supporters, do you support qualified immunity? Because if you vote for Trump, you're voting for qualified immunity. So that's something you're going to have to think about. You're going to have to ask yourself. And, I was talking about, black people and how qualified immunity affects black people. But white people, don't think that your civil liberties can't be taken advantage of as well. It can be. So, qualified immunity is going to directly affect everybody, not just Black America. I'm going to say that it's going to affect Black America the worst. But as a white person in America, if you're a white person in America, it's going to directly affect you as well. Your civil liberties are going to be taken advantage of as well. So that's something you're going to have to think about as a Trump supporter. Do you support a qualified immunity?
That you live in the manner to which you're supposed to be living, because people are living in hell right now. And working with local law enforcement, we will launch a federal task force to dismantle the gangs, the street crews, and the criminal networks that are ravaging our towns. This will include a 10-year mandatory minimum sentence for anyone guilty of human smuggling, a guaranteed life sentence for any guilty child trafficking. And the death penalty for drug dealers and anyone guilty of...
Whoa. The death penalty for drug dealers? The math is not mathing. The math ain't mathing, Donald Trump. Salute to MG Bear with the $5 donation. Salute to MG Bear with the $5 donation. Salute to you, sir.
Fire! 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 Fire!
MG Bear says this isn't a black issue. Drug planting / other corruption happens everywhere. It's a corruption issue. No, but hear me out, MG Bear. Hear me out, MG Bear. Just hear me out. It absolutely happens everywhere. It does happen. I seen a video maybe last year. Let me just tell you. I seen a video last year. But I love watching body cam videos, right? I love watching body cam videos, police body cams. In a rural middle America, where there's a lot of meth use, right? I watched a police body cam where it was an officer where he planted drugs in a woman's car. This woman was an elderly woman. This woman was possibly 60, late 50 years old, right? he planted meth in this woman's car. So I'm not saying that, that it only happens to Black America. What I'm saying is it will directly affect Black America. It will directly affect Black America. It would absolutely directly affect us when we're the ones being criminalized the most. So it will directly affect Black America if we're the number one race being criminalized. So that's what I'm speaking to. But yeah, it directly affects everybody. I'm not oblivious to people's civil liberties being taken advantage all across America. But what I'm saying is it would directly affect Black America. But it will affect all Americans as well. Absolutely. But I agree with what you're saying. Absolutely. Salute to give me 1 second, y'all. Salute to Riri Roll with the super chat, with the 99-cent super chat. Salute to you with the sticker. Salute to you, Riri Roll, actually. Salute to you. Thanks for the super chat with the 99 cents. Salute to you.
Fire! 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 Fire!
Again, if you want to be a part of the discussion and the dialogue, please put it in the super chat. We put respect on the super chatters. We put respect on the donors. We put respect on the super chatters and we put respect on the donors. Let's continue, though. Let's continue.
Child or woman sex trafficking, which they are doing.
Give me 1 second though. In terms of what Donald Trump, because I did want to get to that. The math wasn't mathing. Let me run that back. Actually, because he said death penalty for for drug smugglers. Or drug dealers, rather, but he said 10 years for human traffickers. The math ain't mathing on that one. Let me run that one back.
People are living in hell right now.
Let me run that back. Because I don't think the math is mathing on that. Let's continue.
Working with local law enforcement, we will launch a federal task force to dismantle the gangs, the street crews, and the criminal networks that are ravaging our towns.
I'm not against that.
This will include a 10-year mandatory minimum sentence for anyone guilty of human smuggling, a guaranteed
I'm not against that.
Life sentence for any guilty child trafficking.
Okay, a life sentence for I'm not against that.
And the death penalty for drug dealers and anyone guilty of...
Death penalty for drug dealers. That's where he got me at. Death penalty for drug dealers? You don't think that's a little bit, a severe? Somebody selling a little nickel bag of whatever, a heroin or whatever. Listen, if you want to shoot some skag between your toes, that's your choice. That's your life decision. If you want to do a little bit of meth, that's your decision. That's your life choice, right? I don't believe in the death penalty for drug dealers. That's a little bit overboard, right? Maybe if they're selling like fentanyl or lacing drugs that are killing people, that's one thing. But if we're just talking about somebody selling drugs, they're not trying to, hurt people or delete people. I mean, come on now. The death penalty for drug, that's a little severe. No, Sinclair, I agree with you. Drugs do ruin communities. But if you want to shoot drugs in between your toes, that's your choice. As long as you're a functional addict and you can shoot the skag between your toes, do a little bit of Molly, do a little meth, on your lunch break, that's your business. It ain't my business. If you want to do a little meth before work, that's your business. As long as you're a productive citizen to society, go to work, pay your bills. But if you want to shoot some skag between your toes, that's your business. That's just my opinion. That's just my opinion. If you want to shoot some skag between your toes, that's your business. It ain't my business. I'm not gonna shoot. I'm not gonna knock the skag out your hands. You have made the choice in life to shoot the skag between your toes. You grew up in the 90s and the 80s like me. You saw the commercials. Just say no to drugs. You seen all the rock stars pass away due to drugs. You seen all that just like me. There's clinics for you. There's rehabilitation centers for you. You know, you're the one choosing to shoot the skag between your toes. There's things for you to do. There's opportunities for you to get off the skag between your toes. You know, I'm just saying. You know, I don't have any problem with people shooting skag. If that's your choice, I don't agree with it. I don't support it. But if that's what you choose to do with your life, that's your life. You choose to do that, right? You know, we allow people to do other things in this. We allow people to be alcoholics. We allow people to smoke cigarettes. We know cigarettes kill people. We allow them to do that, but we're gonna stop the buck at skag between the toes. A little bit of Molly, a little bit of meth here. We're gonna stop the buck there. I think that's a slippery slope, if you ask me. And I don't think drug dealers should get the death penalty. That's a little bit severe. Now, if a drug dealer is selling fentanyl laced drugs and it's deleting people, yeah, we should definitely look into giving him the death penalty if he's doing that, if he's intentionally doing that. But if they're just, you know, selling drugs and they're not trying to hurt anybody, they're just selling drugs, I don't know if the death penalty is reasonable for that. This is my opinion.
Child or woman sex trafficking, which they are doing at numbers which are massive. And we're also calling for a strong death penalty for anyone who kills a police officer.
Now, I disagree with this one. Now, listen, I don't want to see no law enforcement officer lose their life. I don't want to see that, right? I don't want to see that. And if it's a police officer that was doing everything right, you know, just doing their job, and they lose their life from some idiot, some maniac, some criminal, some low life dirtbag, absolutely, maybe the death penalty should be looked at. But what about the officers that violate people's rights? What about the officers that are dirty, filthy? And it's a life or death situation of a civilian, and they may lose their life because you got some some cop off the Richter, some crazed maniac cop that just wants to kill someone with a badge on, and it's a life or death situation for a civilian. You know, that could happen. Now, again, like I said, now if it's a cop that's just doing their job, and a maniac, a dirtbag, a lowlife just takes the life of a cop, I think the death penalty should be looked at. But if a cop is intentionally a dirty cop, a filthy cop, and it's a life or death situation that a civilian's in, and a person can lose their life if it's a life or death situation, a cop trying to take their life, maybe we should be a little bit lenient there. You know, that's just my opinion. But I do agree that, you know, because I've seen cops in police body cams. I've seen some police officers lose their lives. They pull. I remember it was one video. The two cops pulled over this white guy. He was a drug addict. They try to get him out of the car. He pulls out a firearm. One of the officers lost their lives. See, in that case, absolutely, he should be on the roll. He should be on the roll for something like that. Absolutely. But if it's a life or death situation with the cop and he's intentionally breaking the law with the badge on, I don't necessarily believe in that. I don't necessarily believe in that.
Right? We'll get that done. We'll get that done. We'll get it done. Thank you. Thank you.
Again, if you want to be a part of the dialogue and the discussion, please put it in a super chat. We put respect on the super chatters. We put respect on the donors here. We put respect on the super chatters. We put respect on the donors here. I want people to be a part of the discussion and the dialogue here. So again, continue to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, continue to vote in the poll. Do you believe in qualified immunity for police officers?
Kamala actually claims that crime is down on her watch. Can you believe this? Crime's down. They lie. Crime's down. Crime is through the roof. They forgot to include about 9 cities that are the worst cities in the world. You know, they forgot to include Chicago and a few of the others. And that was the FBI. That's a shame. They issued stats, and everybody was surprised that crime was about the same or maybe a little bit down. And then we found out that they didn't include, just like they didn't include.
I seen somebody say earlier, about 20 minutes ago, I seen somebody say that crime is down in America. Can anybody factually say that? Anybody want to look that up real quick? Quick little Google search. Is crime down in America? Because somebody said that earlier. They said generally that crime has been down in recent years. Is that a factual thing? That crime has been down generally. It's kind of hard to really authenticate to verify those numbers. Because it's kind of hard to verify those numbers logically. But does anybody know if those numbers are all right? Have the numbers been down nationally?
818,000 jobs in their jobs report. They were missing 818. They said 818,000 more people. It turned out to be the total fraud. You know, at a certain point, it becomes fraud. When you're down by 5,000 or 10,000 people, but 818,000 fake job numbers were put in a month.
Somebody said crime has skyrocketed. Okay.
And it was revealed by a leaker or somebody, but it came out and it was really pretty bad. But they did the same thing on the crime numbers in order to make the crime numbers look better, which are still atrocious, but they wanted to make them look better. And Kamala's crime statistics are really as fake, essentially, as those job numbers. But
clapping.
Just think of it. I mean, think of it. 818,000 fake jobs they put in order to make their job number.
Is Kamala Harris creating fake jobs? That's the first time I heard that. Is Kamala Harris, because they said that they did say that they created a lot of jobs. Is Kamala Harris and the Biden administration creating fake jobs?
The FBI's crime report does not include crime numbers from the most dangerous war zones and ganglands in America. Chicago, I'll tell you, the ones that weren't included are Chicago, Oakland, New Orleans, Los Angeles, San Francisco, and San Jose, which is rough. Nearly 30% of jurisdictions did not report their crime stats, and they were the ones that had the highest numbers. So that's why your crime numbers were terrible, but they didn't look as bad as they should. Crime is worse today than at any time in our country's history. Kamala Harris destroyed San Francisco.
You know what? I'm gonna give Trump that. Sometimes Trump be lying. Sometimes I'm gonna give Trump that. I'm gonna give Trump this one because I'm gonna be honest with you. I've never seen migrants take over an apartment complex. That was the first time I seen it. Anybody saw that video in Aurora, Colorado, where the migrants had AK-47s taking over the apartment complex? I've never seen that before. So I'm going to give Trump that. I think Trump is higher than it's ever been. It's definitely higher than it's ever been. I'm going to give him that. Give him that.
Destroyed California. Now she's destroying America. She will destroy this country. She will destroy this country. And now that people are seeing what's going on, nobody knew who the hell she was. She was vice president that nobody knew. She shouldn't have been vice president. If you they call threat to democracy. She's a threat to democracy. The way they call me, threat. I take a bullet in the head, and I'm a threat. No. She's a threat to democracy. Think of it. But she didn't get any votes. He got 14 million votes. She got none. Zero. She was the first one out of 22 people to leave. She left the race because she got no support.
Oh, he's talking about during those primaries.
As the Democrat candidate.
Okay. He's talking about those primaries.
That's a threat to democracy. They're the real threat to democracy. They use that. That's just a standard line. Donald Trump is a threat to democracy because he wants to stop crime.
Yeah, I'm tired of the Democrats saying that. They got to stop saying that. Trump is a threat to democracy. Trump is a tyrant. I'm kind of tired of hearing that. And I'm going to be honest with you. The Democrats are responsible for whatever happens election night. I'm going to let y'all know right now. Whatever happens election night, the Democrats are responsible. The Republicans are too, and I'm gonna give Donald Trump some responsibility as well. But whatever happens on election night, whatever happens on whoever wins that night, however people feel, whatever happens after that, it's the Democrats' fault because they have created the environment. They are the ones pumping into 30, 40 million homes that Trump is a tyrant, a dictator. Trump is this and Trump is that. And they have been creating the fever pitch. They're the ones that got, the shooter on the roof, aiming at Trump's head. They have created the fever pitch. They have created the environment. Not saying that Trump is not responsible as well with the rhetoric. Absolutely. But they are the ones pumping into 30, 40, 50 million homes. Trump is a tyrant. Trump is a dictator. Trump is this. Trump is that. Trump is this. He's the worst thing since sliced bread. They're the ones pumping it into 50 million homes. So whatever happens on election night, whatever happens in January, it's going to be on the Democrats' hands because they're the ones pumping it into all these homes that he's the tyrant, he's this, he's that, and yada, 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 yada. I mean, it's a little too much. The rhetoric from the Democrats, the rhetoric from CNN, ABC, MSNBC, it's too much.
These people are very mixed up people. This November, the law-abiding citizens of our country are going to tell her, Kamala, you've done a horrible job. Remember The Apprentice? You couldn't be worse, and we're not going to let you do it again. Kamala, you're fired. Get out of here. Get out of here. It is true, though. I mean, she got no votes, and now she's running, so she explained that one. Not the Democratic way. It's not a Democrat. I never call it. They call it the Democratic Party because it sounds so nice. I call it the Democrat Party. It's actually the Democrat Party. They ought to change the name. They're always arguing that. I always call it. It's called Democrat Party. Democratic sounds so beautiful. The Democratic Party. It's even nicer in a speech. But they ought to change the name instead of complaining. And you know what she could do? All these things that she complains about right now. She should go and fix them.
That's a fact. I agree with that. See, that's the one thing that Trump has over Kamala Harris. And every incumbent has to deal with that. See, the reality is they're trying to act like Kamala's not an incumbent, person that's in the office, right? And the reality is she is the incumbent. She's in office. She can impact change right now. What's stopping her from changing these things? What's stopping her from fixing the border? What's stopping her from fixing the economy? What's stopping her from fixing these things that she's talking about? You're in the office, Kamala. You have power. People are looking at Biden and they're saying that he's no longer in control. He has no power. You know, he has no reins in the office right now. They're looking at you. So at the end of the day, like, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. I mean, Kamala, you can impact change right now. What's stopping you? What's stopping you from fixing the things in the Oval Office right now? What's stopping you from making things happen right now?
She shouldn't even go to the debate. She should go back to Washington, D.C. and fix all the things she's complaining about. There's no problem. As DA of San Francisco, Kamala was the original Marxist prosecutor. She was the original. She shielded illegal alien crack dealers from deportation at a level that nobody had ever seen before. She refused to seek the death penalty for an animal who killed a police officer. She didn't even call the officer's family. She refused. She didn't want to call his family. As California attorney,
somebody said, "Yo, bro, you just called him a clown." I noticed that too. It's like, you know, when I say something people like, they all on my joint. Get off my joint. It's not my fault you like to lick the boots of Donald Trump or you like to lick the boots of Kamala Harris, man. I'm just a rational thinker. A lot of y'all, you got your tongue so far down Trump's ass that you can't even give him a criticism. Same thing with Kamala Harris. And then when I say something you like, you know, you all on my joint. But then when I say something you don't like about your candidate, you all, whatever, you're a clown. Get out your feelings. Get out your emotions. Y'all too emotional over your candidate there, man. Y'all a little too emotional over your candidate. Oh, my fault. Hold on. Y'all a little too emotional over your candidate, man. What's going on here, man? Damn, what happened? Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second. Damn, what happened? What happened here? Damn, what the hell? Give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second, cause something acting. It's like acting up here. My computer's kind of acting up. Give me 1 second. All right, we back. All right, yeah. I don't know what that was. I don't know why it just happened like that. But let's get back into it.
Attorney General Kamala redefined sex trafficking, and child sex trafficking, and assault with a deadly weapon, and rape of an unconscious person as totally nonviolent crimes. Kamala then called herself a leader of the movement for no cash bail. She was very proud of that, no cash bail. That has done more to hurt our cities than almost anything I can think of, where these people are getting out of jail 1 hour later. They don't even see the jail, and they're violent criminals, and they're out of jail immediately. She called for abolishing ICE, and these ICE people are incredible patriots, and they have a tough job. And
I don't like what Kamala Harris said about ICE. I don't like what she said about ICE. She compared the ICE agents to KKK. That's what she compared them to. I want to salute the ICE agents because we had a problem where I'm from. In my backyard, where I'm from, there's a lot of migrants where I'm at. A lot of MS-13 members, and they were finding bodies in nearby woods where I'm from. They were finding bodies, and the ICE agents, they swept up the whole community. They grabbed all the people that were in MS-13, all the gang members and stuff like that. So I want to salute ICE. I think ICE, they did an incredible job because there were bodies popping up in my neighborhood, bodies in the wooded areas where I'm from and stuff like that, next to the highways and stuff like that. It was absolutely terrible. Bodies popping up. So I want to salute the ICE agents. You know, I didn't appreciate her calling those ICE agents KKK when they were out there doing their job and they were out there grabbing those criminals that were doing these things in our community. I didn't appreciate that. Yeah, I didn't appreciate when she said that because there are some good ICE agents that do the work, do the job, and they cleaned up my community because there was a lot of MS-13 members in my community, and there were bodies popping up in wooded areas. So I want to salute those ICE agents that came out here and did the work and cleaned up the community and got those MS-13 members out of here.
We work with them very closely, but they are incredible, and they're tough, and they love our country, and ending all jail sentences for parole violators. No more jail sentence. What's the purpose of even reporting if you don't go to jail for parole violations? Unless, again, you're involved in political activity, meaning you want to run a democratic country, you want to run a country that is based on fair and free voting, you're in serious trouble if you get caught trying to find out what are the real results of an election. It's an amazing thing. Do you ever see that? They go after the people that are looking at the crime, and they do terrible things.
Again, if you want to be a part of the dialogue, you want to be a part of the discussion, please put it in the super chat. We put respect on the super chatters. We put respect on the donors here. Again, if you want to be a part of the discussion and the dialogue in terms of supporting qualified immunity, do you support qualified immunity? Are you a proponent of qualified immunity? I want you to be a part of the discussion. We put respect on the super chatters and the donators. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Let's continue.
Things to them, but the people that committed the voter fraud and everything, they can do whatever they want to do. It's so crazy, and I hope you, as the greatest people, just as great as there is anybody in their country, I hope you watch for voter fraud. So it starts early, you know. It starts in a week. But I hope you can watch, and you're all over the place. Watch for the voter fraud, because we win without voter.
Do you see that as a card the Democrats are going to pay? Will they be playing the voter fraud? They are telling people, the Democrats are urging people to get their mail-in votes as early as possible. They are requesting that. Do you see that as a play that the Democrats are going to play? Because I saw that in the DNC. The DNC, they said that every 5 seconds. Make sure you're mailing your votes. Make sure you're mailing your votes. Make sure you're mailing your votes. Is that a card that the Democrats are going to play?
Voter fraud, we win so easily. Hopefully we're going to win anyway, but we want to keep it down. You can keep it down just by watching, because believe it or not, they're afraid of that badge. They're afraid of you people. They're afraid of that more than anything else. They're afraid. So I hope you can watch. During the 2020 riots, Kamala Harris urged her followers to donate to a fund to bail out violent rioters, arsonists.
Oh my God!
Was Kamala Harris supporting the BLM, some of those BLM Antifa anarchists? Make no mistake, especially Antifa, anarchists. A BLM too. There's a lot of anarchists in BLM too, but I would probably say it's more Antifa. Was she out there supporting, those people that was, burning down police stations, burning down, a lot of places, burning down businesses, burning down, breaking items, billions and billions of dollars. And then, BLM turned around and took all of you guys' money and scammed the black community.
Fire! 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 Fire!
Sinclair says, yes, she was. Really? So was she like started a GoFundMe for them or something like that? Was she started like a GoFundMe for people like that or something like that? This woman is crazy. This is the same woman that was throwing people in jail for minor weed crimes, for having a little nickel bag of weed on them. But she's trying to bail out people that burn down police stations. I don't understand this woman. You locking up niggas for a little bit of nickel bag of weed. You throwing niggas in jail for nickel bags of weed. But you doing GoFundMes for people who are burning down businesses and stuff like that. That's crazy. That's nuts to me.
and looters out of jail. You remember in Minnesota, one of the criminals she helped bail out of jail went on to murder a man in St. Paul, shooting him 6 times. In the
Wow, I never heard that. I never heard that. I never heard that. I never heard that. Now, I'm going to tell you what the Democrats are going to do. You know, the Democrats are very predictable. They're very predictable. I think Trump is going to use that in the debate. I think Trump is going to use that in a little bit of info in the debate. But what they're going to try to counter him with is, oh, you had, white supremacists. You took meetings with white supremacists. That's what they're going to do. That's the caveat. That's what they're going to throw at him. Salute to Freedom with the $2 donation. Salute to Freedom with the $2 donation. Salute to you, sir. Again, if you have anything to add to the discussion in the dialogue, I want people to be a part of the dialogue and the discussion. Please put it in the super chat. We read all super chats. We read all donations. We put respect on the donors. We put respect on the super chatters. So please put it in the super chat. Put it in the donation. But in terms of Trump, man, I mean, they're gonna use that against him. They're gonna bring up him being a felon. They're gonna bring up all this other stuff, and some things that really have nothing to do with anything. But I didn't know that about Kamala. I didn't know that she had a GoFundMe for somebody who did that. I did not know that. Let's continue though.
In torso, most disqualifying of all, Kamala Harris endorsed defunding the police, and she endorsed it for so.
Now, that's another thing. Is that true? Did Kamala Harris support defunding the police? Is that true?
Oh my God!
Kamala Harris, come on. You was working in tandem with the white supremacist officers. Now you're telling me you want to defund them? Kamala Harris, you made your bones. You made your bones working in collaboration with the white supremacist officers. Don't tell me you're trying to defund them now. This woman is a Benedict Arnold. If that's the case, this woman is a Benedict Arnold, because this woman made her bones as a prosecutor. She made her bones as a prosecutor. So you telling me that now she was talking about defund the police after making her bones as a prosecutor? This woman is a traitor. You were working in tandem with the police. You was working in tandem with them. But you talk about defund them? A true Benedict Arnold. A true Benedict Arnold.
Years. No politician who endorsed Marxist defund the police lunacy should ever be the president of the United States, because that's your philosophy. I promise you, I will never tell you we're going to defund the police. I will only tell you that we might overfund the police. We'll be over budget. I'll have to call up Patrick and say, Patrick, we're over budget. I'm sorry. We're over budget, Patrick. I'm sorry. He'll say, it's okay. Don't worry about it. But if I said, Patrick, we're defunding, I would have some serious problems, wouldn't I?
Hit that like button, y'all. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Again, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button.
But no.
If you want to be a part of the discussion, please put it in the super chat. Put it in the donation. We put respect on the donors. We put respect to the super chatters. The issue is, the topic is, do you support qualified immunity for police officers? Do you support that? I need y'all to vote in that poll. Let's continue.
Crime Kamala has committed against the rule of law is worse than her nation-wrecking border invasion. There's never been anything like it. For nearly 4 years, Border Czar Harris, and she's the Border Czar, but now she denies that term, and she denies that she had much to do with the border. She was put in charge by Sleepy Joe, right? And who likes, let me have a free poll, please. I love these free polls. You go out to a pollster, they charge you $300,000 for a stupid poll. They interview like 200 people, and they send you numbers. I don't even think they leave the office. I think they just make them up. Let's see, it's 51 to 49. And
who's leading in the polls? Who's leading in the polls right now? Is Trump leading in the polls right now, or are they still at a stalemate? Last time I checked, they were in a stalemate. Who's winning in the polls right now? Let me know in the chat.
Here I get a truth. If you had a name, and he's gone now, so don't worry about it. But just out of curiosity, who likes Crooked Joe? Who likes Sleepy Joe? Who likes Crooked Joe?
Who likes Sleepy Joe? By a show of hands, who likes Sleepy Joe? Who likes Sleepy Joe? Raise your hands. Okay, who likes Benadryl Joe? By a show of hands, raise your hands if you like Benadryl Joe. That's about 5 people. Who likes NyQuil Joe? By a show of hands, who likes NyQuil Joe? 2, 3, 4, 5. About 6. We got about 6 people. Okay, who's a fan of nighttime and daytime cough Joe? Who's a fan of nighttime and daytime cough Joe? Just by a show of hands. I just need to know.
Who likes Sleepy Joe? Yeah, a lot of people do. Well, now he's got plenty of time to sleep.
Wow.
You ever see a guy, somebody told him he looks great in a bathing suit on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday during the week? And he goes to the beach with a thing that's...
I never heard that. Somebody said that about him. He looks good in a bathing suit. I never heard that.
It's built for children to lift up. It's aluminum.
Could you imagine the sag? Could you imagine the rubbery skin? The flaps? The liver spots? The gray pubes? Could you imagine?
And he can't lift it. He can't lift his feet out of the sand. And then he's dead, cold, knocked out, sleeping. And I say, if I ever hit that kind of a condition, and hopefully it won't happen for a long time, the last thing I'm going to want to do is be sleeping with cameras all over the place taking your picture. I don't want to be sleeping in public. He sleeps like, I've never seen anybody sleep like that. He hits the chair, and he's within seconds, he's gone. He's out. And he's a 6 handicap, yeah. You ever see him swing? He goes like...
You can't front. Trump is a comedian. Let's be honest, man. Trump is a comedian. He really is. He's a comedian. We can't lie. He's a comedian, man.
It goes 3 yards if he's lucky, if it doesn't go backwards.
Salute to Troublemaker with the $5 donation. Hold on. Salute to Troublemaker with the $5 donation. Salute to him. He says Trump lost 200K manufacturing jobs. Biden gained 800K. Really? Okay. Biden lost 200K manufacturing jobs. Biden gained 800K. Can we authenticate any of that? Is that true? Is that true, Troublemaker? I'll take you for your word. You said manufacturing jobs. Okay. I'm not mad at it. I do think that let me not say that, because I don't think Biden created more jobs than Trump. You're talking in lieu of manufacturing jobs. He may have created more manufacturing jobs than Trump. I'll give you that one. Yeah, I would like to see some proof, though. I would like to see some proof. I would like to see some proof on that. But I'll take you for your word on that. I'll take you for your word on that.
Because they said I was very good in the debate. John King from CNN, that was one of the great debate performances. I didn't think about it, but they said the only time he got angry was when he said he was a 6 handicap. And did you notice he said, I'm a 6 handicap. He always says 6.2. You know, he wants to be accurate. The guy's not a 100 handicap. He couldn't break 200. I offered him $1 million if he could break. You saw that. Now, a 6 handicap can easily break 100, right? Easily for those golfers. I said, $1 million to your favorite charity. If you go out, set a nice course, we'll pick from the blue tees, like middle tees. If you can shoot 100, $1 million. They never heard back from him, you know? But did you notice he said, I'm a 6 handicap? And then within about 30 seconds, he said, well, I'm an 8 handicap. I said, that was quick. We got him.
Yeah, you know, Biden was absolutely lying about his golf score. I mean, his golfing and nothing. Nobody believes him. Like, it's the same man falling down the stairs, falling off the bike, eating ice cream like a lunatic. Nobody believes Biden. Nobody believes Biden. None of that stuff he was talking about in terms of golf. Nobody believed him.
Up 2 strokes. Yeah, they said I was the most angry when I heard that because it may have been more fabricated than almost anything else he said. Anyway, no, that's the whole story with these people. Look, they lie and they cheat and they've destroyed our country. They've destroyed our country. He's the worst president our country's ever had. She's the worst vice president. There's never been such destruction. And I mean, a war that would have never been had. There's no way Russia was going in. I know Putin.
Just want to give you guys an update on the poll. Do you support qualified immunity for police? Just want to give you guys an update on the poll. Do you support qualified immunity? We have 1,225 votes. We have 38% says yes, they support qualified immunity for police. And we have 62% that say no, they do not support qualified immunity for police. I just want to give you guys that that a little bit of update. You know? Out of 1,000 votes in terms of qualified immunity.
Very well, he was not going in. There's no way that Israel would have been attacked on October 7th. We wouldn't have inflation. You wouldn't have had that travesty in Afghanistan, the most embarrassing day in the history of our country. No, we've never had a person like this. But of all of them, I think allowing 21 million plus people to come in from places unknown, I think it's, I really think it's probably the hardest thing to solve, and it's the worst thing that's happened to our country. But they've invaded our country, and as I said, they came from the prisons and the jails and the mental institutions, and more terrorists than we've ever seen come into our country. We actually had a year where Border Patrol said that we had no terrorists. I didn't believe it, but I love it. 2019, they said no terrorists have come into our country. None. I don't believe it. I don't believe it, but I use it anyway because it's what a stat. But they said, but we were very tough on that, and there were very few. I doubt there were, I'm sure there was some, but they said there was 0 terrorists in 2019. Check it out, Border Patrol. And now we have numbers coming in, the likes of which we've never seen. And the worst terrorists in the world, they're coming in from Yemen. They're coming in from all over the Middle East, and they're coming in from places that even you don't want to know about. An estimated 75% of arrests in Midtown Manhattan and over 60% of arrests in Queens are now illegal aliens. Can you imagine that? So much more than half are illegal aliens. And all they do is talk about how people that come into our country illegally don't commit the same crimes as our people. They're so wrong. And they're more violent. They're more violent. Our country is being ravaged by migrant crime like nobody can believe. In June, 12-year-old, and I got to know the parents, Jocelyn Nungari in Texas was tied up, assaulted, and strangled to death by migrant criminals from Venezuela that Kamala Harris released into our country. In February, an illegal alien shot 3 D.C. police officers through a door.
These are the things that the Democrats, they're trying to put a Band-Aid over some of these things. A lot of these things, the Democrats are trying to put a Band-Aid over these things. They're trying to put a Band-Aid over, a lot of these the crimes that a lot of these migrants are committing. A lot of these crimes that the migrants are a part of, a lot of the sexual crimes, the gang crimes, they're trying to put a Band-Aid over a lot of these things. But, these things are happening in our backyards. These things are happening in our neighborhoods. And the Democrats, they're acting docile to them. They're acting like these things don't exist. But we're the ones living in these communities. We're the ones looking at the news stations, and they're talking about how a migrant did this or a migrant did that. We're the ones living the reality while the Democrats are acting docile to it. So, I mean, they could ignore it all they want. They could, the Democrats could ignore it all they want. But when people go to the voting booth, they're going to let their voices be heard. Absolutely.
In June, an illegal alien shot 2 NYPD officers, one in the chest, one in the leg.
What did I tell y'all? That was the exact case that I was talking about in New York City, where a New York cop got shot at. A New York cop got shot at by a Venezuelan gang member. It's happening in our backyards, but the Democrats, are acting like it doesn't exist. You speak to Kamala Harris, you speak to Joe Biden, you speak to Obama, any of the Democrats that was at the DNC, they'll tell you that migrant crime doesn't exist. You speak to any Democrat, they act like migrant crimes don't exist. You speak to any of them.
Many have died. You could go over these stats all day long. Death. In July, another illegal alien reportedly shot a San Antonio police officer with a rifle and shot him in a bad place. Only days ago, a migrant from Haiti who Kamala flew into our country very specially was arrested.
Kamala flew this migrant in first class. She put him on Air Force One, mind you. She put this specific migrant on Air Force One.
Arrested in Massachusetts for molesting a 10-year-old boy.
Oh my goodness! Stop it!
Oh my God!
Oh. Absolutely disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Troublemaker with the $2 donation. He says, U.S. born citizens commit more crimes than migrants. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. U.S. citizens commit more crimes than migrants. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Because think about it. Think about it, Troublemaker. Just think about this for a second, right? You got to realize, this is what people don't realize, right? Venezuela, they're not sending over the doctors, the businessmen, they're not sending over, people of high value in their society. They're sending over the undesirables. They're sending over the gang members. They're sending over the sexual deviants. They're sending over, poor people as well, people that are unemployed. And some of those people are good. Some of those unemployed people, some of those people that are, poor, that are just trying to survive, find a better life. Some of them are good people. I'm not going to generalize every Venezuelan migrant, right? But the reality is, you're taking on gang members and you're taking on criminals and you're taking on, different people of different lifestyles. And to say that, American citizens commit more crimes than, migrant, I disagree with that. Not only do I disagree with that, is when U.S. citizens commit crimes, we suffer the penalties. If I leave my house, I commit a crime, I'm going to suffer the penalties for it. Now, let me tell you what happens in New York. I've seen this happen before. A migrant will commit a crime in New York, and they will let that man go. If it's not like, him taking a life, if it's like a little bit of a theft or, maybe a little assault case, something like that, they will let that man go. So, when we commit crimes, we suffer the penalties. We do jail time. We sit in the prisons. We suffer the penalties for committing crimes. What we see what's happening with a lot of immigrants in a lot of these democratic ran cities. These migrants are committing crimes and they're getting away with it. They're getting away with the crime. They're not suffering the penalties. And then when the police catch them, it's not that they're deporting them back to their deporting them back to their countries. They're putting them back on the streets.
Fire! 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 Fire!
Salute to Troublemaker with the $5 donation. Salute to Troublemaker. He says, homie, I'm an organizer for the IBEW union. I talk to Venezuelans every day. They are educated for the most part because they get free a college over there. Listen, I'm not saying that they're not educated. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, see, you're majoring in the minors. It has nothing to do with education. I'm talking about Venezuela is sending over their undesirables. They're not sending over businessmen. Have you seen Venezuela send over any doctor lately? Any scientist? Any businessman? They're not sending those people over because those people are set up in society. I don't think it's crazy to think that they're sending over the gang members, the sexual deviants. Now, are they sending over good people? Are they sending over people, like you say, that have somewhat of a college education? Probably, yes. I'm not saying that what you're saying is not true, but I'm saying that they're sending over the undesirables with those people.
Fire!
You know, that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying what you're saying is untrue. I'm not saying that they're not sending over people with a college education. I'm not saying that they're not sending over people that don't want a better life, that are not good citizens to society, that are not looking for a better opportunity in America. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that Venezuela are sending over gang members. They're sending over sexual deviants. They're sending over criminals to this country as well. And a lot of times, those are the people that are going to end up on the streets, commit a crime, and we're going to see it on the news. You know, but salute to Troublemaker. Salute to Troublemaker. I mean, I understand where you're coming from, but I mean, to think that Venezuela is not sending over the undesirables, I think that's a misnomer. To think that Venezuela, they're only going to send over the scientists, the doctors, the educators, the people that are in high society. I think that's ridiculous to think that they would send those people over. No, they're going to get rid of the gang members that are bringing down their society. They're going to get rid of the drug smugglers that are bringing down their society. They're going to get rid of the people doing prostitution, the people committing the crimes in their society to clean up their streets. I don't think that's crazy to think. Salute to Troublemaker with another $5 donation. And listen, we're going to get to it. Listen, you spend the donation here, we're going to get to it. We're going to get to it, no question. Troublemaker with the $5 donation, he says, how are they undesirables if they got college degrees? They are not being sent by nobody. Their economy is crashing. Blame their government, not the people. Well, let's not be ignorant here. Are you telling me every Venezuelan gang member, you're trying to tell me they have a college degree? Is that what you're trying to tell me, sir? Are you trying to tell me every Venezuelan gang member that is stealing somebody's phone in New York City, every Venezuelan gang member that is taking over an apartment complex in Aurora, Colorado, are you trying to tell me that they have a college education, sir, and they have a degree, sir?
Oh my God!
I'm just trying to be brought up to speed, Troublemaker. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Are you trying to tell me every Venezuelan gang member, every Venezuelan sexual deviant coming here has a degree, a master's degree, a bachelor's. Is that what you're trying to tell me, sir? I just want to clarify that. I just want to clarify that. Let me know. I just want to know. Every Venezuelan gang member, still in the iPad of a 4-year-old walking down the street. Every Venezuelan gang member, robbing some old lady's purse. Little do we know they have a college education. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Sinclair said it best too. Sinclair says, we just can't help everyone to our own detriment. I agree with that statement 1,000%, Sinclair. We can't help everybody. And another thing, let me add to what Sinclair is saying, and I absolutely agree with what Sinclair is saying. The reality of America, y'all, is that everybody can't come here. And salute to Troublemaker. I see that Troublemaker is very passionate on how he feels, but the reality is this, Troublemaker. Everybody can't come here. Everybody can't come to America. Everybody can't have a slice of the American dream. Everybody can't have a piece of America. Just like we all can't go to China. We all can't go to Dubai. We all can't go to Russia. We all can't go to Israel. We all can't go to these places. That's a fact. We just can't. So, America's no different. We cannot continue to sustain like this. We have to put the American people first.
Fire! 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 Fire!
We have to put the American people first. The American people need to be put first. And salute to Troublemaker. Troublemaker said, I'm gonna put respect on what he just said here. He said the faster you give papers to Venezuelans, the faster they can work legally and not have to commit crimes. I disagree with that. I disagree with that. The faster we give them papers, the faster they're gonna stop committing crime. I mean, that's ridiculous to think. If I quit my job today, it's going to take me time to get some work. That's like anybody else that doesn't have a job. People that, it may take you months. It may take you years to find a gig, to find a job, to find a gainful employment. And who's to say you're going to come out of that life of criminality? Who's to say you're going to come out of that life of criminality? Who's to say that you're just going to go cold turkey, come out of that life of criminality? And who's to say that who's to say you're just going to stop being a criminal? And if you've already committed a crime in America, I don't think you're deserving of the papers. How about that too? If you came here, America put you in a fancy hotel. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it, Troublemaker. If America, on their dime, put you on a bus, shipped you out to New York City, put you up in a high-rise hotel, gave you a credit card, and you took your little funky ass outside and committed a crime, you don't deserve no papers. You ain't gonna just go out there. America just shipped you out here, put you on a bus, sent you to New York, put you up in a fancy hotel, gave you a credit card. You're gonna go out there, take advantage of the system, rob somebody, take advantage of the healthcare system, go out there and rob somebody, and then we're just gonna give you some papers so you can have to get some gainful employment? I think not.
Oh my God!
I think it's absolutely zany to think that we should do that as American people. All on our tax dollars, all on our tax money. You know, I think it's ridiculous for us to even think that we should support that, in my opinion. But you know, salute to Troublemaker, and I respect his passion to the argument. I respect his passion to the argument. I respect it. Let's continue though.
Last month, another Haitian migrant was arrested in the same state for raping a 15-year-old girl. They're raping and they're killing people at levels that we've never seen. And you've seen what's going on in Colorado, and you see what's gone on in Chicago. As we speak, heavily armed Venezuelan gangs have taken over entire apartment buildings and apartment complexes in Aurora.
How many of you have seen that? Troublemaker, have you seen that video? I feel like pulling it up for you so you can see it yourself. Do those? Let me ask you this, Troublemaker. Salute to and salute to Troublemaker. I got nothing but respect for you, sir. I respect your passion, sir. But please, do those same gang members that was in that apartment complex running around with the AK-47s, strong arming people, removing them from their apartment complexes? Are you telling me they have college degrees? Well, they have a college degree in armed robbery, burglary, home invasion. You telling me those same men that was running around with firearms, AK-47s, removing people from their apartments, are you telling me they have college degrees?
Fire! Fire!
Is that what you're telling me, sir? Are you telling me that? Are that what you're telling me? Are you telling me that Juan and Pedro running around the apartment complex with the AK-47 and the 9mm illegally, they have a master's degree in science? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Fire!
I need to know. Because that's what you were saying. You were saying, oh, they have college education. Some of them have degrees and yada, yada. I mean, you were saying that. I'm talking about the gang members, right? Let's focus on the gang members. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Are you trying to tell me those men running around with those firearms, those illegal firearms, removing people from their apartments, are you telling me they have college degrees? Troublemaker, salute to Troublemaker. Salute to Troublemaker. Troublemaker with the $2 donation. He says Aurora police chief debunked that story. I disagree. Everybody's saying that it was the migrants who did that. I didn't see. Let me look that up right now. Let me look that up right now. I'm gonna look it up right now for you, Troublemaker. Give me 1 second. Let me look this up because I never saw that. Aurora police chief. I'm gonna look it up right now for you, Troublemaker. Give me a second. Aurora police chief debunks migrants. Hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm looking it up in real time, y'all. Aurora police chief debunks migrants taking over apartment complex. Taking over apartment complex. Give me 1 second. I'm looking this up in real time. I just want to see because that's what he just said. Aurora police chief says there is no evidence that Venezuelan gangs took over the apartment. Video of gang members in Aurora, Colorado apartment. Now listen, I could be wrong. Building had no right-wing media. Let me read that over. Give me 1 second. Aurora police chief says there is no evidence that Venezuelan gangs took over the apartment. Video of gang members in Aurora, Colorado apartment building had right-wing media declaring the city's takeover by Venezuelan gangs. Police say that's hyperbolic. That's what the report says. That's what the report says. Listen, that's what the report says. But my thing is this, though, Troublemaker. This is my thing. Can we for sure say that it wasn't? Because he's not. He's saying that it's. He's saying that it's a lack of evidence. He's not saying that it isn't true. He's saying that it's a lack of evidence. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's not true. It says Aurora police chief says there is no evidence that Venezuelan gangs took over apartment. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's not true. There's a lack of evidence. The lack of evidence. So it doesn't mean that it's not true. It doesn't mean that it is true. It doesn't mean that it is true. It doesn't mean that it's not true either, though. So, you know, I think we reach a stalemate on that. I think we reach a stalemate on that because he's saying there's a lack of evidence. He's not saying that he's not saying that that it's not necessarily untrue. He didn't say that he didn't say it was fabricated. He didn't say that it's not true, that it never happened. It wasn't Venezuelan gang members. That never happened. He never said that. He said it was a lack of evidence to substantiate that. That doesn't mean that it's not true. But salute to Troublemaker. Salute to Troublemaker. Salute to him. Let's get back into it.
Terrorizing the residents. They're taking over. In the old days, you had to pay to buy that building. They just take it over. Oh, the people are living in such fear. They've left. Under Border Czar Harris, we are being conquered. We're being actually conquered, if you think of it from within. But
somebody said I'm being biased. How am I being biased? How am I being biased? I literally read the report. I didn't have to read the report. If I was biased, I would have just shunned them off and said, oh, you're lying. I read the report, and I said I could be wrong. And then we read the report. The police chief said there was a lack of evidence. A lack of evidence doesn't mean that it's not true. There was a lack of evidence for OJ. Does it mean that he didn't kill Nicole Brown? You answer the question. There was a lack of evidence in a lot of cases. How about this? There was a lack of evidence in the R. Kelly case. We see it was plenty of videos that he did it. It was grainy. It was a grainy video, you know, but it sure looked like him. The video sure looked like him. There was a lack of the evidence in that case. So that's what we're dealing with here. How is that bias? If there's a lack of evidence, that doesn't mean that it's not true. It doesn't mean that it is true. We reach a stalemate. So how am I biasing that? You got to answer that. And I'm not talking to Troublemaker. Somebody else said that. Somebody else said that I was biased on that. I'm saying that it's not true. I'm saying that we've reached a stalemate. That it's not necessarily untrue, but it's not necessarily false. You know, I think we reach a stalemate on that.
But as soon as I'm back in the White House, the conquest will end and the great liberation of America will begin, and you're going to be the ones leading the pack. We will take back every single square inch of American territory, and that's been invaded by these migrant gangs. It's been taken over. I mean, real estate patches have been taken over, and this is just the beginning. You haven't seen anything yet.
And another thing, let's put the Aurora, Colorado thing aside. What about what's happening in New York City? Venezuela. Now, I can substantiate the evidence in New York City. In New York City, Venezuelan gang members are riding around New York City on bicycles and scooters, and they're snatching people's phones. They're snatching people's iPads, electronics. I can substantiate that evidence. Do those people have degrees? Do those people have college educations? I'm just asking. You know? To the Venezuelan gang member that shot at the police officer and that testified that we shoot police officers in our country. This is normal. Does he have a college degree? That's what I'm asking here. Let's put Aurora, Colorado to aside. A lot of y'all saying, "Oh, the people in the apartment complex debunked it." What about New York City? To the young man that shot at the police. What's the answer for that? To the Venezuelan gang members stealing people electronics. What's the answer for that? Let's continue.
Because they're just sort of assimilating. And how about what they're doing to our schools? They're going into schools, they're beating the hell out of our other pupils. We're giving them chairs, and we're telling people that have been there, families that have had their children in that school, you can't go to that school anymore. We will dispatch ICE and the elite teams of federal law enforcement to clear out the gangs from Aurora and every other American city that's being torn up and victimized. And we'll get...
Again, do you support qualified immunity? That's the topic tonight. Do you support? I don't support qualified immunity. Again, if you want to be a part of the discussion, the dialogue, please put it in the super chat. We put respect on the super chatters. We put respect on the donors. I want people to be a part of this. I want people to be a part of the discussion and the dialogue. If you have anything to add to the discussion and the dialogue, please put it in the super chat. We put respect on the super chatters. Do you support qualified immunity? Do you support qualified immunity? Do you support it?
MS-13 and other vicious gangs out of our schools, out of our high schools, your communities, and out of our country. We're going to get them out of our country fast. You know, when I first came in, MS-13 was all over the place. We had so much. And I said, take them back to their country, Honduras, Guatemala. Take them back, El Salvador. And a general told me, sir, we can't take them back. Why? They won't accept them. When the plane is ready to land, they have major aircraft landed all over the runway. So
I need y'all to hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button, y'all. If you haven't subscribed already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that like button. I'm almost at 10,000 subscriptions. I need y'all to hit that subscribe button. I need y'all to hit that like button, all right? Let's continue.
can't land the plane. The buses are stopped. They broke up the road, so you can't get the buses in. We can't get them back. They won't take them. They told us, don't even think about bringing them. We'll end up in a big fight. I said, how much money do we pay those? It was 3 countries in particular. And they have MS-13 criminals, the worst gang members. They make our gang members look like very sweet people. That's the only thing good about it. Our people.
Now, see, this is something else I could testify to. I'm giving you guys my testimonial. MS-13, they were in my community. There were bodies popping up. And I live in Long Island. There were bodies popping up all over Long Island. And MS-13, a lot of them were migrants coming here, and they were gang members, and they were it was a war in the city. Bodies popping up in wooded areas. Bodies popping up on people's front lawns. All being linked to MS-13. Are you telling me those people have a college education? Are you telling me those people, all they need is papers to get into society? Is that what you're trying to tell me? Let's continue.
Our criminals look so nice by comparison. These are rough people. I said, how much money do we give these people? They said $750 million. Sir, it's $750 million, sir. I said, let them know that effective immediately, they're not getting any more money. You know, we give it as foreign aid like fools. We give so much money to people that don't have any respect for us at all. Tell them the money is cut off. They are defunded. I wish I
exactly. I agree with that. We got to defund these countries that want to send over the gang members and the drug dealers. Defund them. Don't send no more money to these countries. They're doing a disservice to us. We're sending over billions of dollars, millions of dollars. They're sending over their best criminals, their best gang members, their best sexual deviants. We're paying them to take on their criminals. I agree. Stop sending money over to those countries.
Term. We're defunding. We're defunding them. They're delinquent. We're defunding them. And they told them that. And the next day I get a call from the 3 countries. It was like almost early in the morning on the Oval Office. Sir, there seems to be...
Somebody says defund them. Absolutely. Defund the countries that are sending over... They're intentionally sending over their gang members. You do know that, right? They're intentionally sending them over. They're intentionally sending, or some of these countries have prisons dedicated to their gangs. Prisons dedicated to their gangs. They're sending some of these people over. They're sending them over because they know that some of these people are bringing down their society. They no longer want them. Let America deal with them.
To be a problem. Is there anything I can do? You have to understand, they wouldn't let for years anybody come back. They got them out. They got their criminals out of the country, gave them to us. When we sent them back, they said, "Sir, is there a problem?" I said, "Yeah. You sent in caravans all of these people, and you're not taking them back. You're going to take them back." "Sure, we would love to take them back, please. It would be our great honor to have MS-13 back in our country, sir. It would be our great. We love MS-13 very much. They only kill 5 people a year per person."
Wow.
And they took them back. I still didn't pay them. But I just found out that now they're getting $4 billion with Biden, $4 billion instead of the $750 million, and they're behaving worse than they've ever behaved. I will support mandatory minimum sentences of 20 years for illegal alien gang members caught committing gun crimes, drug trafficking crimes.
20 years for illegal aliens committing gun crimes.
Or acts of violence, or we'll send them back to their country with the assurance that they'll be.
I think that's what we should do. We should send them straight back to their country. That's what we should. We shouldn't pay for them, because I'm gonna be honest with you. When they come here and they go to our prisons, it's a vacation for them.
Fire! 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 Fire!
You send a Venezuelan gang member, you send a Honduras gang member to an American prison. It's damn near vacation for them. It's like a damn resort. You gotta send them back to their country. Let them serve out their sentence in their country.
Put in prison, and I will make their home countries pay for the cost of their imprisonment through reduced foreign aid and high tariffs or taxes if they don't behave. The tariffs are great. If they don't behave, you just say, "That's okay, you don't have to behave. I'm putting a 50% tariff on everything you send in." And they behave like little babies. The days of foreign nations dumping their criminals into America are over. I will stop the invasion. I will shut down deadly sanctuary cities, and we will carry out the largest deportation operation because we have no choice.
Anybody in favor of what Trump is proposing here, the largest deportation that we've ever seen? Anybody in favor of that? Anybody in favor of that? A lot of people will be deported. Anybody in favor for that? I know the Trump supporters are in favor of that, but any Democrats in favor of that? The largest deportation that we've ever seen. Anybody in favor of that?
In the history of our country, by sealing the border, we will also push back the flood of fentanyl and other deadly drugs.
Bernard says certainly. Bluestone says yes. L. Martin says yep. E. West says hell yeah. Big Frank says I'm rocking with him for real. Yeah, people are supporting it. Weed Man says yes, I support. People support it
at record numbers. Under my administration.
Carla Bermudez raises her hand. She's in support. Angela says in favor of that. Bernard says we need it. Exactly. People are in support of it.
Reduced drug overdose deaths by first time in nearly 3 decades by quite a bit, but nothing.
Sinclair's in support of. She said, "I'm not paying for squatters."
Because the only thing that's going to stop drug dealers from doing their job is a thing called the death penalty. And I don't know, people are ready for the death penalty. A drug dealer kills during his or her life an average of 500 people. So when you say the death penalty and it ends, I was in China with President Xi before COVID. I got along with him very well. After COVID, I didn't really deal with him. I wasn't so thrilled with him.
I disagree with the drug dealer thing, and don't get me wrong, I don't support drug dealers. I don't like drug dealers. I don't support drug dealers. But I do believe in what I said. If you want to shoot drugs between your toes, that's your business, right? But the death penalty for drug dealers, I don't know about that. I mean, a lot of these drug dealers, they just stupid. You know, a lot of them don't know if they're giving somebody a bad batch or it's mixed up with fentanyl. I think we should have what's that place that has they let people do drugs? I forgot the name of that place. There's a place in America where they allow people to do any drug that they want.
Oh, Pyro, you going to bed, nigga.
Forgot I had that in there. But yeah, I'm in favor of that. You know, if you want to do drugs, do drugs. The death penalty for drug dealers, I don't know. I think that's a little severe. So this a tad bit.
Oh, Pyro, you going to bed, nigga.
But like I said, you know, I'm not in support of drug dealers. I damn sure don't want no drug dealers in my community.
Oh, Pyro, you going to bed, nigga.
Let's continue.
But I got along with him, had a good relationship. I said, you have 1.4 billion people. Do you have a drug problem? No, we have no drug problem. And what do you attribute that to? Death penalty. Death penalty for drug dealers. They have no problem with 1.5. They have no problem. The only problem they have is they send the drugs to us.
Okay, all right. Somebody said Oregon. It's in Oregon. Okay. Yeah, I know. I remember reading that. It's like it's in Portland. Okay, Portland, Oregon. Yeah. Who says that? 3. Salute to 3. He says it was Portland. That's why it's a dump. Oh man, but I'm saying, you know, listen, man, you know, if you could do drugs and be a productive citizen in society, I'm not necessarily against it. You know, I don't want it in my community, but I'm not necessarily against it.
Oh, Pyro, you going to bed, nigga.
Continue.
They're up 18%, but we're going to stop the scourge. I will sign an executive order on my first day, making it the official policy of the U.S. government to completely eliminate the presence of drug cartels and foreign gangs in the United States. We're going to eliminate them. And as I did 4 years ago, we will deploy the U.S. Navy to impose a full blockade on cartel activity, because what they do is you block up the land, all of a sudden the money they make is astronomical.
You know what that means? You know what that means, Hunter Biden? Hunter Biden. You know what that means, Hunter Biden? No more drugs for you, Hunter Biden.
Oh, Pyro, you going to bed, nigga.
No more Snow White.
Oh, Pyro, you going to bed, nigga.
No more Molly.
Oh, Pyro, you going to bed, nigga.
No more nose candy for Hunter Biden.
Oh, Pyro, you going to bed, nigga.
No more little bit of crack in the White House for Hunter Biden.
Oh, Pyro, you going to bed, nigga.
Boats are no problem. Getting the boats, buying the boats, owning the boats, no problem. I will get China to give their maximum death penalty to dealers of fentanyl. I had that deal worked out with President Xi. And then when I left, they didn't do it. They didn't get it done. He probably said they forgot. They probably did. But we had a deal where he was going to impose the maximum penalty, which was death, on dealers that were sending fentanyl to the United States. How good would that have been? Starting on November 5th, the most important day in the history of our country, no neighborhood will be left to rot from the plague of drugs. No citizen will be abandoned to migrant gangs, and no community will be surrendered to violent crime. We will take back our cities. We will clean up our streets. We will restore peace to our schools. And together we will make America safe again for citizens of every race, religion, color, and creed. Together, we will make America great again. And thank you very much for this great honor of the endorsement. God bless you. God bless our great police. And God bless America. Thank you very much, Pastor.
How'd y'all feel about Trump's speech? How'd y'all feel about it? How'd y'all feel about it? 4 or 5. How'd y'all feel about 4 or 5? How'd y'all feel about 4 or 5 giving that speech? How'd y'all feel about that? How do y'all feel about qualified immunity? Let me read the poll in terms of qualified immunity. Let me read that poll. Yeah, so the poll was, do you support qualified immunity for police officers? We have 38% says yes, 62% says no, I do not support it. I am one of those 62%ers. I do not support it as well. I do not. I see some people hating on the Trump speech. I thought it was pretty good. I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not a Trump fan. But the guy is charismatic. He's a charismatic guy. You know, his speeches can be long-winded at times, but I thought that was a pretty decent speech. It was about 20 minutes. Somebody says, why do you not support it? What? Why do I not support who? What? Qualified immunity? I already explained why I don't support qualified immunity. I think that, I think that police officers already have a lot of power already. We already see what, think about it. Police officers don't have qualified immunity right now, right? And we see police officers violate people's constitutional rights. We see police officers take advantage of people not knowing things, not knowing their rights. We see police officers do illegal search and seizures all the time. We see police officers do a bevy of things that are not protocol, that are not right. We see police officers planting evidence. Now, if we see police officers doing all of that, and then we add the caveat of qualified immunity, that's an absolute problem. And that's an absolute nightmare, if you ask me. Sinclair says, Shul, you covering the debates? Absolutely. I'm going to Colombia. My birthday is in like 2 weeks, so I'm going to Colombia for my birthday. But the debates, when are the debates? The debates are next week, right? Let me see. When are the debates? Because I'm going to Colombia soon, but I'm not going before the debates. I think the debates happen before I go to Colombia. Let me see when the debates are. Trump debate. Is it September 11th? No, the 10th, right? September 10th. Okay, September 10th. Yeah, I'll be here. I'll be around. I'm definitely going to talk about the debates. No question. Yeah, wouldn't miss it for the world. But make no mistake, guys, this is the most important election of our lifetime. I know you guys remember the Biden-Trump election. 3.5 years ago. I know you guys remember the Barack Obama McCain election, the Barack Obama Mitt Romney, the historic Bush Gore election. None of them hold a candle to this one right here. This will probably go down as the most important election of our lifetime. No question about it. No question about it. So stay tuned. We're gonna be talking about the debates. We're gonna cover. I'm hoping, guys. I'm wishing upon a star that Kamala Harris will do another damn interview. This woman has only spoken to one publication this whole time. One publication. She's running for president of the damn United States. Only one interview, y'all. I'm hoping she does another interview. I want to see her sit down by herself, not with Tim Walz right next to her, being her support system. I want to see her sit down by herself with a publication and have a full interview, unedited, because the last one was heavily edited. Unedited, uninterrupted, unfiltered. That's what I want to see from Kamala Harris. A full-on discussion, unedited, with a publication. That's what I want to see from Kamala before the debates. Somebody says she can't do it. Why can't she do it? Why can't she do it? Why can't she sit down and talk to a publication? What is she scared of? What is she hiding? Is she hiding something? Oh my God! Is she hiding? Or is she hiding her her inconsistencies? Is she hiding her incompetence? Is she hiding the fact that she's not good at certain things? Is she hiding she hiding something? Because think about it. Trump has sit down with CNN. He sat down with the National Association of Black Journalists. He sat down with podcasters. He sat down with a lot of publications at this point. This is his second debate. We've heard everything from Trump at this point. What do we know about Kamala? What have we heard from Kamala? Besides her having Meg Thee Stallion twerking on stage, shaking her doodle maker, Little John on stage, Barack Obama singing her praises. What do we know about Kamala? Fire, 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 fire. I would say not much. We don't know much about Kamala Harris. But in any event, guys, I want to give a salute to Sinclair. Salute to Sinclair for holding me down tonight. Salute to Fredro for holding me down earlier in the stream. Salute to Fredro. If this is your first time here, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. We're going to have more discussions about politics. We're going to have more discussions about Kamala Harris, Trump, Biden, Hunter Biden, the Snow White. It's a white Christmas anytime Hunter Biden is around. It's a white Christmas. JD Van. We're gonna have a discussion about all of these things. So come back, subscribe to the channel. We do politics. We talk about celebrity gossip, but the main focus at this moment in time is the politics. The politics is the main focus right now. So we have politics discussions all the times. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to bid you guys good night. I hope you guys have been entertained as well as enlightened. I am your host, True and Living. Thank you for joining me. This is the Check-In Report. I will see you guys another time, another video. We are out of here. You guys have a blessed night, man. We gone. Toodles. Hold on. I seen Setamope sent the donation. I want to put respect on Setamope before I get out of here. Hold on. Oh! Hold on, y'all. Give me 1 second, because I see Setamope. He sent the donation in. Hold on. I'm having some issues with my computer. Give me 1 second, because I want to put some respect on Setamope. Salute to Setamope with the $5 donation. I just seen he donated, so I just want to put respect. I'll put respect on the donors. Listen, I'll stop everything for the donors. I'll stop everything for the super chatters. I'll put respect on the people that put respect on the channel. So I'll stop everything for them. Setamope with the $5 donation. He says, ask from a Fresco native, not Texas, but the Fresco San Fran. I don't know what you were talking about. I thought you had something to add to the discussion, Setamope. Let me read that one more time. Ask from Frisco. Okay, Frisco, San Francisco. Ask from Frisco. Native, not Texas, but the Frisco San Fran. Okay, salute to Setamope with the $5 donation. Salute to San Francisco. Telling everybody he's a San Francisco native. Salute to Setamope. Salute to Setamope, man. Y'all have a blessed night, man. We're going to call it a night, man. We out of here, man. Toodles, man. Y'all have a blessed night. We out.